whole trans shit, all of that wild shit. That shit is some confusing shit. But I want to get Venus in. But let me ask this one question that Zyrex posed. She said, "How the hell is it getting shoved down people's throat when they choose to consume it?" Miss me with that talking point. What y'all say about that? Are we choosing to review this type of content, or do we have no other choice but to review this type of content?
She kind of read my mind because that's what I don't particularly. I don't subscribe to any political party, but this is
Mm.
what I notice about conservatives, and I find it problematic. They tend to lie. I don't recall George Floyd being forced down anyone's throat. I can't even remember the last time he was mentioned on any major news or like when was this happening? They like you guys kind of just make things up and make them truth. So where
Mm.
was he being forced down anybody's throat or a
Venus,
martyr?
is that you, Venus?
Oh
Can
my
you
god.
please answer the? I'm not in the
You
mood.
know,
Can
you
you
know I
answer the
love you, right?
question?
I love you, Venus. Let me ask you a question. Out
No,
of
I
love.
want an answer.
How
Or I
long?
don't
How
have
long?
time.
How long did the Floyd riots last?
Are you going to answer the question or not?
I
I'm
mean,
not
look at
interested
Well,
in
the,
a
the
back and
question
forth.
is the answer to your question is that is what I mean by shoving him down our throat. How long did those riots last? How long were niggas burning shit for Floyd?
We can move on, DJ. I'm not. I'm not doing it.
it said several months. Riots lasted several months.
And how many years ago
So
was
that's
that,
not
DJ?
shoving him down our throat. I mean, it
DJ,
happened when it
DJ,
happened, but that's the
DJ. How
point,
many
right? They
years ago
shoved it
was
down
that?
our
Because
That
he
throat.
was a
said we're
that was a
tired.
long time. That was a long time ago. Conservative.
Right.
At that time, I
It-
can't say now, but at that time, I have to agree with him. At that time,
And I
it
would
did.
say that, people were I would agree with you that people were, and I'm Venus, just unmute whenever you're talking because you got like an echo. I would admit that left wing politics did use him, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. All it's just like right wing politics are using Charlie Kirk. Like people always gonna use traumatic shit for their political agendas. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
They have the same birthday. Y'all don't think there's some type of? That's what I'm saying. Everybody
Oh
not ready to
man,
go there, but there's always another play at hand, man. Like they're
I'm not
trying to
ready to
stir
go there
emotion.
either.
They did the
It
left
could be.
side, they just doing the right side now. But they know how to
It,
stir emotion, man. Like these people are playing with the algorithm of people's minds, man. It's the
Right.
same. It's deeper than a political party. They just want to cause division and infight. And at the end of the day, this country was built on a lot of division, racism, and bigotry for years and years and years and years. What's going to come from that? If you keep sowing seeds of division, you're not going to get grapefruit trees and apple trees. You sowing seeds of division. What are you going to get from that? Hate, and it's manifesting itself in all types of ways. With the kids, it's just it's a rebellious energy because at the end of the day, even though Charlie Kirk lived a good life, a lot of white men who did a lot of terroristic acts in this country live just like Charlie Kirk. So
Mm.
the black man has to deal with his current burden. Like the black man is taking his current issue lightly, but the white man is taking his past one lightly as well. And if we both do that, we can get somewhere. But you can't
you
get
know
a
this.
clean thing from an unclean thing.
This reminded me. This is kind of what I wanted to talk about once I finally got home because I'm waiting to end this little shift. But the thing is, like, black folk are showing a crazy level of what we call main character syndrome. Like, I was thinking about this. Like, white man shoots white man, black people most affected. How the fuck did we get here?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
But
Wait
who
a
pushed
minute.
that narrative? Black people
Who
not
said
pushing that
that black
narrative.
people
No,
are
yo,
affected,
because
bro?
black folk all day long are talking about white people and what they gonna do, and black folk being nervous. I saw like three different
Bro,
conversations
you're
Because
about
it's
the
conservative.
somebody
white
threatened some
backlash.
HBCUs, brother. That's why somebody started
That
threatening
that
HBCUs. I
that
live in
was
North
probably
Carolina. Somebody threatened a white dude threatened a black preschool out here in North
that
Carolina.
that white guy thing was real. I saw that news story, but the
So
HBCU thing is
that's why
probably
people
a
are saying
hoax,
that.
bro.
But that's why people are saying that. So it's
And to
not
be
I
like
get
honest with
that,
you,
and you
most
know that
black
white
people,
guy made that.
most black people don't even know who this dude is, bro. The Charlie Kirk
Yeah,
to even be
Again,
celebrating it.
conservatives love making. I don't understand the storytelling. Like, why?
what do you mean?
I don't think it's a lot of people. I think y'all exaggerating the people that are celebrating this dude's death because a lot of people that I know don't even know about this dude, bro. I just knew about him after his passing. I didn't know.
Listen,
I knew of him, but I couldn't remember his name. If somebody said Charlie Kirk, I wouldn't be able to point him out in a lineup, bro.
well, I've done two shows on this so far, which would me be roughly 2.5 hours of back-to-back content. Only black people. I specifically self-selected, or I selected out just for the black people because I wanted to focus on that. And
Mm.
yeah, you can call it celebration, gloating, whatever you want to call it. Shit look crazy, bro. Niggas don't look like the good people right now.
But bro, because a lot of our people are not good people. Now, that what's next
Fair
after
enough.
that?
Not
Okay, so
fair
boom.
enough. A lot of us are not. Yeah.
Okay, so boom. So now let's put that where that goes. Why are they like that? See, that's what people don't want to do. We don't want to have a whole conversation. Like
I
me and
mean,
us, people like us are blessed. And I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm saying people like us are blessed. We're able to articulate what we're going through. We're able to look through it
well,
clearly, and we're able to look at things from a reasonable, concise way. But that's a blessing. It's not a given. And it's not a given because your people have an inferiority complex that has been literally corporatized against them. Look at how Charlie Kirk's death is affecting the psyche of white America. They're distraught, their feelings of hurt, their beliefs in certain political views they feel like they're not being heard, they feel like they're being targeted. And that's a fair feeling. But guess what? If they feeling like that from one man, what the fuck is black people supposed to be feeling like when they seen some of the greatest people that ever walked this earth die consecutively? I was
I
watching a
mean,
story. I'm just saying, what's the side effects of that? It's like people
I
want
feel
to
like,
go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry. I was just trying to find a spot to cut in, but I feel like black folk have gotten so many wins since the civil rights era. We're kind of used to winning nonstop, and I think maybe we should just be
Winning?
happy.
That
Where are
is,
the
this is
wins?
crazy.
Okay, okay. So hold on. Did you lose the civil rights struggle, or did you
No,
win
where
it?
are the wins?
Did you lose it, or did you win it?
Yeah,
Simple
we
question.
lost
When
it
it
to
comes
the
to the
LGBT community and foreigners. We actually did lose it. So I'm glad you said that.
They
that
took it.
might be that might be, but that's you didn't
No,
lose it to the
you
white
said we
people
didn't
though.
lose it. Now all of a sudden
No, no,
we
I'm
did.
willing to play on those terms. That came later, but you did not lose it to white people. White
Son,
people was the
bro,
opposition in
it's
civil rights era, and they were
bro.
willing to deal. And for whatever reason, niggas gave all the gains to women and gays, but you did not lose that fight.
Brother, the fact that civil rights, first of all, we need human rights, but that's another conversation. The fact that
They
civil
couldn't
rights
get
even
human, so
had
they had
to
to get
happen
civil.
is because somebody already had something that they was withholding from you. So when you're talking about white people didn't take it, it already was taken when you was born. When slavery ended, industry was already monopolized. These companies has been
Right.
old. Hold on, brother. These companies that's Lloyd, Lloyd's of London, that shit is old. These companies is old, bro. So things was already manufactured. All that stuff was monopolized already. And then when people actually started to get uh, a piece of that, they would just not ostracized, not fired from jobs. They were just straight up murdered. See, people discount the past so much. No, it's just that the people in the past was ahead of their time. Just because something came out before you don't mean it has no current relevance. That's why a lot of classic styles are still in style. Look how old Jordans is. They still being worn right now. So our people been on some. People always say, "Oh, our black people need to get their shit together." They did got their shit together. As soon as slavery was over, they got it popping, and niggas just died.
Well,
The greatest
yeah.
leaders was killed and murdered. I'm just saying, after all of that happened, that when you see yourself get ostracized when you're acting, think about it. Charlie Kirk will always often bring up how we used to behave in a better way in the 40s and the 50s. And that's true. But guess what? They didn't behave a better way. So even when we behaved at our best, they was at
That's
their
what I was
worst.
about to
They
say.
was at their worst. So what I'm saying is, once all these things took place in our community, there was a huge emotional vacuum. And then they filled that shit with over religion and drugs, bro. Like our people, it was a two-phase attack. We just 40, 30 years removed just from the crack era, bro. It's like we don't want to deal with where we at. And like I said,
Remove.
European don't want to deal with where where he created, bro. Like they're two sides of the same coin.
Mm. And shows out to something to say L. Nixon. He said every religion has a concept of heaven or paradise, but Christianity and Islam are the most detailed. Some believe that heaven and hell is on the earth. Appreciate you, L Nix, for the motherfucking support. Appreciate you.
And then as far as the not looking good now, when we was in our best, Sunday best, hair done, women wearing dresses on the William Pettis Bridge, we got water hoses and dogs. So that's why people don't even think about a best no more. Now you might find a woman tatted from her forehead to her toenails. Because what's the purpose of being your best when they're going to dog you out?
Mm.
Yo, you said in the title that George Floyd is in heaven?
Yeah, that's what I want to get back to, right? I'm saying Charlie Kirk is in heaven with George Floyd. I'm not only saying that George Floyd is in heaven, I'm saying Charlie Kirk is in heaven too. They both in heaven. Why they both can't be in heaven? Ain't it? Don't they got space for both of them?
No, not Floyd.
Why not?
Because Floyd burglarized a black woman's home and put a shotgun to her stomach while she was pregnant and pointed the shotgun at her infant child. And he found 4 other savages to help him do it.
That's true.
And see, the Derek Chauvin thing was nothing, because if that was my sister, his whole family would have been dead. Everyone.
So wait a minute. So the man's sins can be forgiven?
Not that. That's why.
What if he was under the influence of drug? I'm not justifying nothing he did. Right. I'm not a fan of him, but I'm saying that both of these. I'm saying this to say that I'm under the belief, right, that everybody goes to heaven eventually, right? Mm-hmm. Because if we are God having a human experience, all of our experience still go back to the God. You know what I'm saying? If we are lesser gods or lesser, you know what I'm saying? We the smaller things of the bigger thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm under the belief that all of our experiences that we have still go back to the Most High. So I'm saying that neither of them deserve any of us to dance on their grave or celebrate their death. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying that they both gone to heaven. They both gone back to the source.
No, this is kind of like what Night is raising, though.
In that shit. I don't believe in heaven, but you know, if the book and everybody follows has rules and all that, George Floyd was a savage for decades. Dog, he never contributed shit to humankind. Nothing.
Right. What's the point in being good if George Floyd's going to be sitting next to me when I get there?
Right. What the fuck? And who's going to be in hell if George?
Wait a minute. But if you're being good just because you want a seat in heaven, then you're not genuinely being good. You're doing it for the incentive. You're not genuinely having no empathy. You're doing it
I don't care. I don't care. I want you to stick to the deal, bro.
Yo, people like George Floyd go to heaven, then who goes to hell?
Nobody.
I mean, you got to make it through hell.
What if that's a reality, fellas? Like, what if it's a reality that when you die, nothing you did here may matter, good or bad? Exactly. Why can't people conceive that? I don't think we realize. I'm not saying that to give people an incentive to be pieces of shit. No, I'm saying that nothing can make you do what's right. I don't care what you think you believe. If you're a good person, you're a good person. If you're not, you're not. But what if when you die, none of this shit matters? Like, we have this belief of religion has the foundation of how we perceive everything in reality. Like, we can't admit that. We just don't fucking know. We just know what feel right to us and what don't feel right to us. And if it don't feel right to us, we not fucking with it. And somebody else might fuck with it. So what's really morality? Like, it's really what you make it. Like, there ain't no church in the wild. This shit is wide the fuck open. We don't know what the fuck is going on. We just know what feel right to us and what makes sense to us.
And what if you got to make it through hell? What if you got to make it through hell to get to heaven?
Where's that written?
What if we in hell right now?
I mean, that's kind of
hell right now. You got to make it through bad to get to the good a lot of times.
I have a receipt that we're in hell right now. I could prove that.
We might be. We don't know because we don't even know what the concept of hell is.
If you think hell is real, then Google Kensington.
There you go. That's right. That's on this planet. That's a real
Philly nigga. This
guy's
from Philly. This guy's from Philly. See, he know all
that shit look fucked up over there though.
No, I drove through Kensington. That shit look wild, bro.
He not from Philly no more. He need to change his name to around Philly or somewhere near Philly.
Yeah. Philly adjacent.
There you
Philly
go.
light. Camden.
Really light, yeah. That's crazy.
Shit, I heard Camden even worse than Philly. At least Philly a big city.
Listen. They say it was bad people next to Jesus on the cross, and all they had to do is before they passed away, accept him. So maybe the man with the small mustache accepted the man before he died, and he there.
Man, all of these people
That
is
could be true.
I think all of these people is in the heavens, because I just believe you got to go through some rough shit to get to some good shit. That's how it mostly been. You know what I mean? Sure, there might be anomalies where people go straight to the good shit, but who's to say you don't gotta go through degrees of hell to make it to heaven?
Yeah, possibility. This is my thing though. Hood conservative, stop running Venus off.
I didn't even do nothing to Venus. Venus
You
just
told her
have a
you
problem
loved
with.
her. You told
Venus
her
is
you loved
scared
her.
of strong black men. That's what it is. Venus hates
He was
strong black men.
flirting. He was flirting with Venus. But let's
I
get
always tell her I love her.
let's get
How
Uncle
else are you supposed to
JT.
lie to women?
This nigga, bro.
Man.
Let's get OG JT in there.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
love
think
JT.
about
What up, though,
what do you
man?
think what do you think about the reaction to Charlie Kirk, like all this stuff going on the internet?
Yeah, if you have a bunch of black folks acting foolish, then I think that's foolish myself. If you got white people acting foolish, that's also equally foolish. But the reaction should be that it's a damn shame that we are experiencing times where in 4K someone can just get murdered in cold blood for their own family to be able to witness and see because of some asshole, some punk that wanted to just suppress some shit. You know, so I it's sickening to me, man, just to see even with these conversations we've been having where everybody is focused on his talking points, nobody is actually focusing on the shit that's really going down. That assassination was crazy, or the murder, however you want to put it, that's crazy.
But
You
JT,
know,
can I ask you something, JT?
yeah.
When did we ever leave that place? Like that's my thing. It's like since we have such a non-political, like people really don't stand up for nothing. It's
Mm-hmm.
like this is nothing new. We just haven't seen it in a while. We've people who speak truth to power have always got this result. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
y'all know this happened before, right?
Well,
Like this definitely happened before.
facts, but
This happened with John F. Kennedy.
yeah, but what I'm saying is it you couldn't see it in 4K up close, 4 or 5 different angles. You know, I get it. I understand exactly what you're saying when it comes down to, I mean, shit happens. You know, no good deed goes unpunished anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to stand on it 10 toes down, the last thing you need to be is scared that somebody going to do some harm to you. You just going to have to, you know, that's just what happens. That's the reality. That's what we have to be able to accept, that reality, but it still doesn't take away of, you know, how crazy and sickening that shit is.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I wanna ask y'all this thing about the person who did the deletion, right? Because of the nature or the lifestyle that they live. Y'all think people of that lifestyle is like a potential new threat?
They try to make
Like
it seem like that. They try to
Well,
make it
that's what the
seem like that.
government is saying now.
that's what I've been seeing
And
on the internet. I've been seeing people trying to say the LGBHDMI, you know what I'm saying?
No, they just
It's
saying the T's.
the T's, okay,
well,
okay. So that's a
specifically the
separate
T's,
group
but
now.
no, I will not separate y'all because you've allowed this to grow in your backyard. You covered them, you supported them, you went to their parties and their bar mitzvahs. You did all the things, and now you want to act like those niggas not with y'all. It's too late. It's too late.
Growing
You're all
your
gonna have to face
backyard
it.
is crazy.
You're all gonna have
Hood.
to face it together.
Yeah,
Yo,
That's
pause.
what they. Well, that's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. Unpause. That's exactly what they do,
I didn't
and we
say
got to
pause. I
speak
just
about it
said it sounds
plainly.
crazy.
I said
We have to
pause.
speak about it plainly because that's what they're up to. So I don't believe in separating them now. You know why? Have you ever heard of a thing called the Gay Manifesto? They didn't just write that yesterday. That came out in the 80s, bro. They were always on this shit.
Let me
Anyway,
look at
let me holler at my brother. What's going on with you, JT? Long time.
Long time, man. Shit, last time I came to see you, boy, you was Rip Van Winkle in it. But you know, in the morning, it was in the morning time when I was heading to work and shit. So what's going
and
on with you, partner?
And let's let Reese from Philly I see he was raising his hand too. You know what I mean? Go
I
ahead,
asked
Reese.
already.
Okay, okay.
Exactly. He on them trees, so he could be raising his hands to who knows what.
Most
Yeah, but a
definitely.
lot of people been saying on YouTube that that group is becoming like radical, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to believe it. I even see the homie Fantastic did a video on it, you know what I'm saying?
You can find a
About
story in Philly where one of them lit up a block, let loose 100 shots, hit kids and everything.
Yeah, they are. Well, becoming radical or always being radical.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
that
I
school.
think that I've always said it. I've always maintained it that they're evil. Period. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna give them. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, they got mental conditions and all that. That ain't no excuse for them thinking the way that they thinking and pushing this shit up on everybody else. As soon as you start seeing these men going around telling somebody to address them as ma'am and wanted to fight them, I already knew it was about to be some other shit going on. So I
you see,
don't.
I
They
always thought
all
it was
evil.
gonna
They
stay on
evil.
some. I always thought it was gonna be some self-inflicted shit. I didn't know that that shit is crazy. You know what I'm
And
saying?
they
And
angry
even the
with
dude,
reality. They angry with life. When
Yeah.
somebody you don't know, they talking about transhumanism. They don't know if they're a robot or not.
Bro,
Yeah,
now they got
You know,
furries and stuff, bro. They got goddamn furries. They got kids in class bringing litter boxes to class because he's a cat now.
yeah, they
yeah,
been got out of control with it. So I'm not surprised that they getting to a level where
can
it's
I
starting
say
to get violent. You know what I mean? Because the sickness that they carry and how they be carrying themselves, the fact that they want to be animals, it's like y'all said, they're against reality. Like they want to be something more than just a human. Split tongues and they have a lot
Yeah.
of other side effects that they be like like it's a whole community. It's not just the trans. It's just a whole community, this underground of people who want to animate themselves. They want to become these anime characters. Like it's just getting real weird out here. And I think the trans community is like a part of that. But it's really
Yes.
a whole subculture of even
yeah.
straight kids that's acting this
Yeah.
demonic, monstrous type of energy.
I got a theory.
Was that?
I think there's a natural glitch going on worldwide. It includes nature too and us. Because as crazy as the alphabet people are, and you know the Gothic community and murderers and what have you, everybody who's not in those groups has their own little piece of craziness in them too.
I could see that because I think humans, because we intelligent to a certain degree, we overthink, we think ourselves into the fucking grave, bro. Like we outsmart our own selves because these people is literally detaching themselves from their nature. Like like nature popped me out like this, but I literally could override that shit. I think that's some human shit. Sure, people might say that there's some anomalies in animals, especially animals in captivity. They might do some sus shit. But I
Yeah.
think this shit is some human shit, bro. We overthink. We just do too much. You know what I mean?
Hey, witch doctor, what we call human beings, right? The group that's here now, we are not smart at all, not even a little bit.
I kind of agree with both things that Reese said because they talking about it's different species of animals now. Like it's from the tiger family, but it looks completely different. It's from the cheetah family, but it got different spots and the whole thing. You can look it up right now. Species are completely changing. Plants are
Nigga,
completely changing.
Yeah,
they
they're trying to
are
make
the dire wolf.
reptiles.
The
They're trying to
dire
make
wolf.
they're trying
My
to
bad.
make reptiles and birds be the same species now.
Do you know what a
Like I've
dire
been
wolf
seeing a
is,
lot of
bro?
that shit online. You say
Yeah,
what?
Do you
yeah,
know
they
what a
brought
dire
that
wolf
thing
is?
back. Yeah,
Yeah, they bring back that shit.
which
That
I
been
But the
think
thing
gone
is,
1,000 years.
I think is crazy for them to bring stuff back.
Yeah, that's nuts. I don't know how they doing it.
but when you bringing stuff back, that don't mean you actually bringing the actual physical shit back. It's just the genetic code. Because they could bring back a dire wolf and that shit look like a chihuahua. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they did it to us.
But the fact that they playing around with DNA, the fact that listen, there are people that's doing stuff and throwing it in the toilet. We don't know if that thing is active and get in the fish and be part human, part fish.
But the thing is, bro, we've been playing around with DNA. A lot of the foods that we eat, bro, Like, bro, how much percentage of our food been genetically modified? Even the
The
shit you
majority
grow
of
type shit.
the
Right, we've
majority
been
of
fucking with DNA and shit like that.
So broccoli, they say, is not even a real thing. We made that. They
Salmon,
Broccoli,
So
corn.
do you
yes,
think
peanuts,
do you guys remember when Alex Jones said they're turning the frogs gay? Do you think that's happening to people?
turning to what?
yeah,
The
yes,
frog's gay.
When
yes.
Alex Jones said that, no, Alex Jones, he wasn't quite wrong. There's a chemical that was running off into the water, some kind of chemical was getting into the farm water or whatever. And the
Mm.
frogs in that area were like absorbing that chemical because, like, once it's in the water, it's in the food chain. And so, whatever they eat is drinking that water. And
I'm
so, now that
agreeing.
chemical pesticide was turning those male frogs into females.
It's a
Right,
lie.
right.
It's
I
a
agree
lie, bro.
with you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I agree with you, but just think about this because I was thinking about this the other day. They say the water that you drink out of your tap is full of people's medicine, poop, and chlorine. Then they say the water you buy in plastic bottles is full of microplastics.
Damn.
So they say you got to get a triple filter that strips everything from the water just for you to drink water. And you're supposed to get whatever you get from water from sea moss and food. But how you do that when it's a section of the store that's organic? So what's the rest of the stuff?
Yeah, it is. It's damn what y'all just brought up, man. All of that stuff comes to a point where I just say perhaps all of this shit is is existing, bro. Especially because you have mutation, but you also have where we also evolve in certain ways based off of how the earth is too. Like I forgot those people they call in the Philippines that live in they live on those homes that float, but they go
Yeah.
out and they go and hunt in the water, like how we do on land. That's how they
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
in the water. But because of, they got generations that's been doing it for a while, it's like they can be up underwater, man, for a long period of time.
Yeah, I just seen that shit on YouTube too. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. They be underwater with the spears and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So even
adapted to it.
That's like when you go to the Himalayas, they can breathe that air up there because they're used to that climate, that height, altitude.
yeah.
But
Exactly.
that's how genes, that's how intelligence is passed down. That's how intel in your genetics is passed down. Cause
Right.
you could be predisposed to certain shit because of your ancestors. Let's say your ancestors was good climbers. You might be somebody that I don't know what kind of bone structure you need to be a good climber, but you might just born with that shit. That's why a lot of people that's athlete, the kids be they be grown as fuck, they be big as fuck. You know what I mean? They born with that athletic build and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. All of that shit, everything that you guys are saying is like the shit is kind of spot on, bro. But when you especially us as being human beings, our mind, man, it can really flip on us. We can actually let when
I
people
kind of,
talk about when they talk about meditation and the correct way to meditate. If you tried it, it's not an easy thing to do at all. It takes some while to even figure out how to catch up with your mind. It takes a while for that shit
I want,
to even
I
happen.
want to, I want to ask a question. I want to kind of ask a question and kind of get back to Charlie Kirk
Yeah.
Mm.
because I think the reason why so many black people are upset with Kirk is because he just was critical, right? He offered criticisms, and the question I want to ask is, who is allowed to offer criticism to black people?
So many people. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Everybody.
but anybody who does always gets hated, though. No, nobody's just allowed to like have a negative opinion. If you have an opinion about black people, it must always be positive, or we're coming after you.
And based on that point right there, they're hyping up the Charlie Kirk thing because there's no other people that I know of that's more critical of every single thing than us. So Kirk is not something special. He just the moment right now.
I think the word slavery should be criminalized.
I think we over exaggerating the amount of black people that even give a fuck about this shit, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
About the Charlie Kirk thing. I
But
think people are making. I think people are putting a magnifying glass on a minority of.
yes,
There's already a minority of black people that talk about politics, much less the minority of people that know Kirk, much less the minority in that minority that don't fuck with him, and the minority in that minority that don't fuck with him and celebrating him. So people magnifying that shit so they could make this dude into some sort of hero or some shit, and it's like, bro. I don't even know one person that really know about this dude like that, bro. In my real life, I'm just keeping it a buck with you.
Yeah,
Let me counter with this. Let me counter with one simple thing. You guys remember maybe 4 years ago they said none of this manosphere stuff is happening in the real world, and now
That's
it's a
bullshit.
mainstream conversation.
That's
That
I'm
bullshit.
was
just saying.
bullshit. Manosphere shit is
I'm
bro.
noticing. I'm noticing the online reality, and don't believe that the online reality does not speak to the actual real world reality. It does.
I agree with what Wish Doctor said, and I wish people would simply understand this simple thing that he just said. Most of the things we talk about online are minorities of minorities.
Yeah.
When they talk about rich people, minority. When they talk about people over 6 feet tall, most of the stuff we talk about is a minority of people that we put this magnifying glass on and then paint with a broad brush that it's everybody.
Facts. Yeah, and I definitely agree with when he say, look, this shit is being hyped up. Motherfuckers wasn't fucking with Kirk like that. You had content creators that was, looking for that's how I ended up following him. I seen some shit on IG. I went, seen if he had a YouTube channel, and then whatever it was associated with, I started grabbing, actual videos, not the clips. And even with the videos, they'd take 4 hours, man, and they'd edit that shit down to 2 hours. Then they edit down to 10 minutes. Then they edit down to a clip. But I started looking at what his points were, and I was like, yeah, this shit is definitely some, the content that we was looking at. I'm like, this is good for conversation, right? Because there was a lot of people that was agreeing with him. The thing is that you had more, and I'm talking about the older folks, not the college kids, but you had more older black folks that was agreeing with what he was saying. They didn't agree 100% to that, but they was breaking down his arguments. Even when he was going on certain panels and stuff like that, having conversations with people, it was people that was trying to challenge it, man, but they wasn't prepared. And that was my problem. They wasn't prepared to argue because there was a lot of things you could have poked holes in all that shit he was saying. Not all of it, but a lot of it you could have, and you would have been agreeing with him too. However, when when you argue with people that's just arguing their emotions, bro, that shit is
And you know what though, OG? That is what they use for. I know this. I'm not on a left wing or no right wing.
Me
But a
neither.
lot of times they use the emotionally charged people to debate with, so it's gonna be more entertaining. It's like it's like a fresh and fit bringing up a OnlyFans chick instead of bringing up a well put together, conservatively
Right.
moving type chick, because that is not gonna be entertaining. They gotta get the people who's emotionally charged. You know what I mean?
And if they bring up the other person, they'll look like idiots.
Exactly.
They
here's
can't
the
challenge that
problem.
other person because that other person actually has a level of intelligence.
Wait, hold on, Nidus. This was the craziest part. If you guys start looking at some of this stuff, there were on those campuses he was going on, he was debating professors and making them look bad. Professors on there. I was like, damn, because it wasn't just the kids he was debating. He was debating a lot of these weird old ass professors, and some of them had parents that were up there that was getting, that was debating him too. But it was
in his early 20s.
And you know what though? A lot of those conversations, they follow the exact same notes that the debates that we have in the manosphere
I was just
follow.
about to
Like
say
when he
that.
brings up some of those points, he's talking as if he's one of the black men in the black manosphere, making some of the same criticisms and observations that we make. And so he's going to argue that point. And you know what they do? The same emotionalism that happens in the manosphere is the same emotionalism he gets confronted with on college campuses, right? But we're arguing with 40 and 50-year-old men up here.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we take events and call them talking points? They're not talking points. They're events that really happen.
Because when people on these social media spaces talk, they try to talk like business people. So that's why I be talking about the marketplace, talking points. When you look at the call analysis, they talking like business people. They're not talking points. They actual things that happen. But the thing that used to be amazing to me, and I think they try to apply that to the Kirk dude. I recognize his face before I recognize his name. Mm-hmm. Is that you'll get somebody like Muhammad Ali go up on these different talk shows and sound more intelligent than professors and whatever else. You'll get Khalid Muhammad to go on these talk shows and sound more intelligent. You get Louis Farrakhan to get on talk shows and sound more intelligent. It's just about how studied you are, and if you understand different things. When they'll bring up something, you'll just bring up some intelligent fact that you know, and you'll always outshine them.
Yeah, and especially if you listen to them talk long enough, it's redundancy. They say the same thing because everybody keeps challenging and asking the same questions. And so it's easy for them. It's like, he can spot all that stuff off because he said it a million times already. And that's the only thing.
I mean, listen, when you're on the left, I don't know if guys hear themselves, but 9 times out of 10, the X for everything is racism. So when we're talking about the black community, the secret reason for that, racism. When we're talking about anything, the secret reason is racism. And so it's like, you guys, if you're going to be a one-dimensional debater, it is very easy to make you look foolish at that point.
That makes sense.
And you can't have a conversation about racism without hearing the word slavery in a minute or two.
Well, that thing is over used because everybody's been enslaved at some point.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think, in my personal opinion, man, when we do have these conversations, some of these panels, man, it actually is like iron sharpened iron. Because I just remember, just 8 years ago, these panels was just a bunch of motherfuckers jumping on here, calling each other bitches and hoes, threatening each other and shit like that. Now you can get a little more, substance out of these conversations now. So
can I jump in there real quick? Can I jump in there real quick? Yeah. It's a lot of things. A lot of people make some good points, but a lot of arguments he be having on these college campuses in America, what really shows is the ignorance of the current education system. Because when his ass be going over there to Oxford and when he be going to England, they be in his ass. Yeah. All them little goofy ass talking points he know that over here these kids are emotional and they're plugged into a liberal feminist mindset, so he could easily dismantle them. But when he goes over there and they really hold him to the tenets of his real beliefs, like his views on Islam, his views on Palestine, like getting to the nuts and bolts, he be looking goofy as hell. But the thing about Charlie Kirk that people don't realize is it's bigger than Charlie Kirk and it's bigger than George Floyd, because they scrubbed the internet of a lot of stuff, of a lot of lecturers, like that whole lecturer circuit of being challenging white academia. That's not a new concept, right? And and a lot of people are so caught up in the Charlie Kirks and the Candace Owens. They're new. Our people was doing this in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 70s. Like this not new. They just trying to redefine the face of that voice and to make it the white Christian male. But they not saying nothing new, and people has always spoke truth to power. It didn't just start with Charlie Kirk.
But the thing is this, where we are now is about instant gratification. And what JT was saying earlier, they take these long forms and put them down in the sound bites because we in idiocracy now. The dumbest people are having the most children, and they know you from a sound bite. They're not finna watch you have a long debate.
Facts. That's true.
I mean, when it comes to the attention span right now, bro, any information, people only want to digest that shit in short form. Like people digest the entertainment in long form. This is why people binge watch. This is why they drop seasons of shows now. They used to drop the shit every week, but most shows they drop a whole season because people could take long form of entertainment but short form of information. You know what I mean?
And can I say this to the guy? What's his name? What's your name, brother? Hood conservative. You said something about race, and this is the part that where people who think like that lose me. It's not all about race, but we discussed a lot of things tonight. We discuss the atmosphere. We discuss nature. We discuss the effects of the food. We discuss the microplastics, and I brought these topics up even earlier. We discussed the level of defense we have to have because we're being attacked on so many levels. I don't, it's not regardless of how you cut it. The mind of the person of the mindset of the person that's coming up with all these ideas to antagonize not just black people but the world in general is white men. So when men talk about these conversations and forget to look at the grand scheme of things, these are concepts that we're battling that come out the minds of white men, bro. Period.
And they have
Which
100 years.
particular
But
concepts are you
listen,
talking
Hood, before
about?
you go,
All of
they
them.
have
No,
100 years.
one by one. Don't just hit me with all of
Let
them.
let him
Take your
respond, man.
pick. The fact that we even got to have this conversation is crazy because it's a given.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to give me something a little bit more
That you need to
tangible before I
Google it.
proceed.
Google it.
Nah, bro, if you're gonna bring it up about these
Everybody on this panel
concepts
know what
that,
I'm talking about.
but
Go
I
ahead,
don't,
Knight.
and
Knight,
so
Knight from the old
even
school.
if
He
I'm
If
definitely
you
got
and to
some
be
sense.
honest, and this the funny thing, if you don't know, you shouldn't even be having these conversations.
but brother, help me. I need you to help
Oh,
me.
are you
Help me
serious
help
or you being
myself.
facetious? I'll help you, but if you
A
for
little bit of
real,
both. A little bit of both, but I need you to
then
be
I can't play
concrete.
that game with you because you already know what time it
It's
is.
but you're playing a game yourself
I'm
if you
not
can't
playing no game because
complete your
everybody know
own
what I'm
thought.
talking about. I'm being very
But
direct.
yeah, but you want me to complete your thought. You see what I mean? By
I don't
saying
need you. It's
everybody know
already
what I'm
complete.
talking about, you want everybody else to complete the thought for you. And I need you to say it plain because I'm not going to respond to a half fleshed out
I
thought.
just explained it. I just described
What
that
concepts? What concepts are they responsible
everything
for
we're
that is
talking
so
about.
evil? What
Everything we
concepts are
talked
they
about.
responsible for that is so evil? Name one.
Homosexuality is something that they practice.
Uh-oh.
That's something that they fighting today. They fighting something that they practice.
Man,
That's true. Homosexuality, pedophilia. Whose interest is that? That's not the interest of black men. That's the interest
I
of
think
European people, bro. They do that
I
more than
think
we do.
I think that's a perversion that lies in the heart of humanity. All over the world, people do weird shit to each other, bro.
I'm just,
Wrong.
bro. When they look up the people who do that most of the time, it don't really be black guys doing that type of stuff. Bestiality, all types of weird things. The access to be able to affect people on a genetic level,
You know,
on a social level, on an economic level. We don't have the means to do that. They do.
there
That
was a
doesn't have to
story.
be argued. That's obvious. We don't own
There
these
was a
corporations. We don't own the pharmaceuticals. We don't own these laboratories that knows how to put plastics in your food. We don't own that type of stuff. So the concept to even do that to a person is coming out of the mind of a European. That's a given. That's not controversial or hard to figure out.
let's agree to disagree on
We
that one.
cool. That's cool.
What? Listen, I don't understand what you just said, Hood. They said that
Exactly.
Andre Harrell was Clive Davis' boy toy, and then Andre Harrell took Puffy to Clive Davis, and then Puffy was a better boy toy. And then Puffy, even though they talk about his parents, was more affected by Clive Davis than anybody. They're into that more than we are. We publicly saw Hugh Hefner be a literal pimp on TV.
Brooke Shields was in Playboy when she was 12, 11 or some shit.
What the fuck?
You think they don't do this all over the world? When
No,
we went
yeah,
to
because
war,
they all,
when we
bro,
went to
you
war
crazy,
in
bro.
Afghanistan, we found out they had a whole culture of trading
Nigga, we
boys.
don't
We
do it.
didn't know that. We didn't
We
know that
don't
before we
do it.
went there. No, the point I'm making is everybody around the world is into kinky shit. They just don't
Oh,
really
we
talk
don't
about it
do
that
it.
much.
No,
We
but you
don't do it.
Listen. I don't trust these Africans in the bush when it get dark. You can trust the niggas
Man,
if
you
you
sound
want, but
crazy, bro.
Wow.
I'm
that's
just trying. Listen. Believe you
You
me, when they
guys is
alone in
crazy.
that bush in the dark, they get nasty.
I'll gracefully bow out right there. The niggas in the bush is crazy. What?
Yeah, this is wild.
So now
I'm
we're gonna
just saying,
talk about
everybody around
The
the
fact
world
that you
does
go out
weird
your way to
shit, bro.
insult black people to make white people look like they just like
I said
everybody else is
everybody,
crazy.
bro. Hold on. I literally say everybody. You only feel insulted about the black thing because you have this
I'm
fantasy in
not
your head
insulted, bro, because
that
I
these
know our
niggas
people
in
are
the
out of our
bush are
mind,
fucking
bro. Our
noble
people are
savages.
definitely out of their mind. I
No,
don't
no,
deny
no,
that.
no, no.
I just
We're talking about
understand how
this
we
one
got here.
particular. We're talking about one particular proclivity, and I'm saying that is a global reality among humanity.
but your emphasis was on black.
How the fuck is my emphasis on black when I
Because
first
you
started
said
talking about
niggas in the bush. You
Afghanistan?
said
I
Africans in the
literally,
bush.
I started out talking about Afghanistan. How about this? There was a story in a newspaper, international newspaper, obviously, but 4 guys in India got arrested because they viciously assaulted an iguana, I believe.
How do you visit?
Bro,
wait.
don't ask me. I'm not one of them niggas, bro. Don't ask
And they
me
just did a
how.
Wait, what?
butterball
Yes,
turkeys two
baby. I'm
years ago
trying
in
to tell
fucking
you,
North Carolina because they was
niggas,
fucking the goddamn turkeys and they had sperm in
niggas
them
around
shits.
the world are into weird stuff, bro. Don't just say it's this one people. That's a
What I'm
people
telling you
thing.
is when you study history as a people that's as a certain characteristics historically, that's something that we wasn't really into like that. That's something that they was into like that. It's even in their religion, in pedophilia. They have homosexual acts in the Jews thing. They cut off they suck the fucking penis. They always had some type of proclivity for some weird sexual act. We was into polygamy and heterosexuality. We got that shit in statues and shit. So I don't know what you talking about. We've always venerated man and motherfucking women, bro. That's not what we was on, my nigga. They was on that shit. Whether you want to accept it or not, that's personal, but that's documented.
Yeah.
And let's let Keon to the stage, man.
What's good? I don't know. I don't know. We talking about Charlie Kirk. That's what I saw. If we
Yeah,
are,
we
rest in
he's
peace to the
still on.
bozo, man. I like fuck the nigga. To be honest with you, like don't give me that. Does he deserve it? Shit. I'm not trying to hear it. Fuck the nigga. He's gone. You can't bring him back. I hope white people feel like he does. You know what? They look at him like Martin Luther King, y'all. This nigga done got 2 moments of silences at the NFL games. What the fuck has he done? This nigga is a YouTuber. What do we talk like? I don't get it, man. And I'm kind of tired of it. I can't wait till this memorial. They said the memorial's on Sunday. Hopefully we ain't got to hear about this nigga no more after this goofy stuff, and we can move on, man. But yeah, I'm just shit. Fuck it.
I want to know if I want to know black people chastising other black people for not being empathetic about the Charlie Kirk thing. I want to know
The
where
weirdest
is that
shit.
coming from? Is it coming from like a secondhand embarrassment? I'm embarrassed to see my people like this, or is
Yo,
it
what?
coming from? Or is it coming from a is we sick type shit? Like I'm trying to figure out where is it coming from. You got it.
Masses,
You
we
know what?
sick.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm a, because I get that a lot, right? I think it's genuine. I think it's just the fact that it's really just he died. Like, you know, he got shot in the neck in front of like thousands of people, and they just be like, okay, that's not good. And you know what? I get that, but everything else, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Hey, witch doctor. There's a million niggas on every app in the world right now who didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was. They just found out a couple of days ago, went back and looked at some of his videos and got gaslit by some of the comments he made. Now all of a sudden, they're tap dancing on his grave and they're saying some vicious things. They're calling
I
him
hope that's not
human water
implying for me.
fountain and all kinds of stuff, dog. Now the black people that are confronting the other blacks, they're just confronting them because they're being overly vicious in their mockery.
No.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, bro. It's not even
I
like you
hope
have to
he's
feel
Yo,
not
the
bad.
internet
implying
is
me,
crazy.
because that's definitely not me.
Listen, I've done 2 shows on this, bro.
Hold up.
Hours of content. I've got the evidence already.
Listen,
Niggas look crazy right now.
they are letting niggas on these apps say things that if white people would have said, they would have lost their companies.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Wait. Like
The
what?
hell, brother?
For
You in the wrong
example,
space. You in the wrong space for niggas that care about that, bro. I mean, I don't
wait
know.
a minute. I'm
Not
trying to
me.
get it.
Not
Wait a
me.
minute. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get an example of what type of things they saying. Like I'm trying to figure out. Like, what do you mean?
They making little cartoon images. They called him a human water fountain. One person said he was right, but now he's leaning left because his head went to the left when he got shot. And it's crazy. It is.
That sounds funny.
Oh
That's
yeah,
That's
they
what people
bringing
on
his
the
kids
internet.
Yeah.
into it, all of that shit, bro.
that
Like
is
niggas
fucked
saying
up.
the grimiest shit.
Hey,
He got
man.
That's
slumped in
why it's
front of his
turning into a
kid.
little
Hey,
backlash,
Charlie
bro.
got shot
He
in
got
his neck.
slumped in
Started
front of his
Harlem
children,
shaking,
dog.
you know what I mean?
And
That's
let's let
all I can say.
And please, y'all, don't say nothing too crazy that's gonna fuck the
Right.
stream up, especially in regards
you're
to this and the dead and shit.
What's,
Let's let 18 to the stage too. Go
what's
ahead
happening
on.
with you, 18?
What's going on? What's going on? Nightish. Shout out to the OG Nightish. Shout out to DJ. Thanks for letting me up, DJ. Hey, shout out to Illa, man. Illa, what's the word, brother? It's good to see you. Good to see you
Yeah,
up here.
salute to Illa coming back.
Salute.
Shout out to Hood
To these
Serve
YouTube
Reese,
streets.
Keon.
What's up, brother?
What's the brother up top? What we know
We got
podcast.
hood
Peace,
conservative.
bro.
Got,
Peace, man. Appreciate you, my
JT,
boy.
that's JT.
Good to see
What
you.
up, though? What up, though?
Here's the thing. I both agree with Reese and Keon. Although, like what Reese was saying, I don't think we should be talking like that. Like when it comes to the internet, I understand people feel how they feel about Charlie Kirk's passing or whatever. And then at the same time, have you ever looked at some of these YouTube comments on how black folks talk about how white folks talk about us when we pass away? If you ever look through a lot of these YouTube comments and the things people were saying, even when with George Floyd and how he passed away and all of that. If you looked at some of these YouTube comments on what some of these white folks had said about black people and the things that they say about black people, it's pretty much the same shit.
right.
Bro, George Floyd died in what, 2017 or 20? When did he die?
No, he died in 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
There was just a thing on George Floyd in last 2 or 3 months ago where they was making AI videos about George Floyd having a thing like they had an AI video of him having advertising medicine called Comply. He was like things that come on, bro.
Yeah, they still doing that. I just saw
George Droid. They made him a robot, bro. They brought him back to life. Called him George
the robot
Droid.
bullshit. Come on, bro.
They got an AI video of George Floyd.
And I always tell people this, right?
And what happened?
I always tell people this, right? If you want to know how racist America is, just take news videos of white criminals and look at the comments and compare it to news clips of black criminals and look at the comment section.
Listen, think
saying,
about
you want to know how racist America is. That's all you got to do.
But look at AI right now. How many videos of apes with weaves and apes with their nails done, apes eating chicken and apes? They monkey crazy right now with the AI videos. Y'all seen them, right?
Well, look. There's two sides to that.
Let's stop making it.
It was just Bigfoot shit. At first, it was Bigfoot shit, and it was basically white guys like Bigfoot in the woods. And then they was like, "Damn, that kind of remind me of Keisha." And so they started making a straight up ape, and it was always a Keisha ape too.
Can I interject real quick? I feel like as far as the AI shit, they doing a little stuff with a little bit of everybody. But as far as what 18th letter was saying, the racism still is kind of strong out here. And I think what happened with this red pill movement is it was a lot of trauma bonding with men from other races over their woman. Like men talk about women trauma bonding, but the red pill movement, and it's not to say that's negative, but what I'm saying is niggas is really bonding over trauma. Like I was saying earlier with Witch Doctor, when you talking about things going through your wife, your child's mother, the woman, like those it can be emotionally traumatic to men. That's why they talking about it. So men are trauma bonding with other races of men, but they're not necessarily your brother. Because a lot of these guys, these red pill movements, these white guys, they don't really fuck with you. Y'all just agree about these women. But the thing is, they don't want to deal with the ultimate issues that cause these social situations in the black community. It don't just stop with our women and stop with our men and stop with the streets. Like it keeps going. They don't want to talk about all of that. They just want to talk about the gender thing, and they also want to turn it into, you know what? Black people are the degenerates that's really fucking this country up. So that's really the back door of this conversation that they try to do. But we be trying to lock arms with them strictly because we got issues with our women when it's really bigger than that.
And I ain't gonna hold you, Illa. Most of the red pill conversation, it got a negative undertone towards black women specifically. It don't just be like if you close your eyes and imagine the women that niggas talk about the most. Bro, who do you think they talking about, bro?
Come on now.
It sounds like they're talking about black women, bro.
Exactly.
Come on now.
And the other thing is the
hold up,
author
so
of the
But
confusion.
no, wait, he's saying so. But the thing is, bro, you're not ganging up with a group of men to talk about their women. You talking up that shit is crazy, bro. That is some wild shit, bro.
for
And
the,
the
But
for
I
the
other,
think,
most part, the
DJ, I
camps are
think that's because
separated though.
society
listen,
look at black
the
women as
red
like the
pill got
bottom of the
started
barrel,
by
bro.
white. The red pill got started by white men, and
That's a fact.
in the beginning, these black folks was with them, and they felt the racism there. That's why Angry Man, Obsidian, and O'Shea said, no, we're going to change it from being the manosphere to the black manosphere because they felt some type of way when they was around Rolo Tomasi and all of them. That's first. But the author of all the confusion is that white woman. When she cries, the world stops.
And here's the thing here's another point that I wanted to add real quick. Here's the thing that people don't understand, right?
Good.
Right.
Is that the truth or not?
Partially,
I think it's kind
partially.
of silly to blame any race, color, person for your life problems. Period. To me, I think that's silly. Like Christian, like these Christian radical niggas of the radical left or whatever, right, whatever, trying to say that transsexuals is the reason why everything is going to shit. Like, I think that's kind of crazy to me personally. I don't think there's never a one ethnic person, group, individual that will be the reason why your life is shit. Like, I
Listen,
would never accept that.
the trench coat mafia came into existence because their little girlfriends wouldn't give them none. Let's keep it 1,000.
Is that the small? What's the trench coat mafia? Is that
Them was the ones popping schools up.
Columbine niggas.
Them Columbine niggas were bullied.
Okay, I got you.
That's why they shot the school up.
And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. What a lot of people and on top of that, when you look at what was going on, oh wait, I done lost my train of thought. Hold on.
Damn.
Here's the thing. America.
Whenever you talk about a white woman crying, niggas lose their frame of thought. That's why.
That's a fact.
Not
Wow, how
not
come
that
none
you
of
a
these
fool.
shootings happen at a place that's like associated with something left wing? It's always like that Las Vegas thing was like at a country western
Hold on,
shooting.
hold
It was
on,
a
hold on,
country
hood
western
conservative.
concert.
Hold on 1 second. Let
Two
me say
Catholic
this.
schools last week
Hood
or the
conservative. Can
last
I say
month.
something real quick, brother? Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Here's the thing that people don't understand, right? America is for sale. Everybody that's so super patriotic when it comes to the United States, the corporations have sold out America. That's why rent is so fucking high. A lot of the jobs have been exported. Motherfucking people can't buy homes. These future generations can't buy homes. Food is fucking high because the corporations and the rich have sold out America. Racism has been used as a buffer between classism. That's what it's done. See, we talk about how dumb liberals are, but we never talk about how dumb some certain Republicans are. How the poor white Republican is one amongst the dumbest who think he has more in common with a rich white person, and he takes out his anger on other minorities. They're able to direct. They able to broadcast. Practically rich white elite people look. Oh, you don't know. You know why you don't have anything? It's because of those niggers over there. Or it's because those other groups over there, not the policies and shit that we using to fuck you over as poor white people. Those niggers are the reason that you don't have anything. So what happens? It's been so much of that propaganda that when it pops off and the rich white people are fucking over poor white people, they turn and they ready to aim their guns at us, or they turn and they ready just like the white supremacists that was marching through the fucking neighborhoods in Cincinnati not that long ago.
Because they slow.
Like, yeah,
And this is why I
exactly.
don't. This is why I don't respect them too, because it's not even just the fact that they always need an example before they learn a lesson for some reason. This whole entire freedom of speech argument that they've been having for what the last 50. Also, they can just say the N-word, bro. Like, this whole freedom of speech argument is coming from 4chan neckbeard bastards who just want to say the N-word, bro. And that's the only argument that they're having here. And for some
Well,
reason,
it's not a magical word.
it's not. But at the end of the day, this is my problem though. Don't sit up here and talk about freedom of speech that you can say anything you want to and have this whole entire 8, 9, 10-year campaign from 4chan, and then sit up here and then start crying when people are basically dancing on Charlie Kirk's grave. I mean, it shouldn't matter about how far somebody go. That's just if freedom of speech is freedom of speech, then let's keep it consistent. Let's not just go back. Let's not try to get people fired from their jobs. Like, it's ridiculous.
I
Hold on.
agree with
For
you.
one,
ultimately,
this is getting
hold
fired
on.
from your job is what it is now. And then two, you can't have all feelings about the N word and then equally say it doesn't matter how far people go. Especially when a nigga
Exactly.
just got his head popped off in front of their kids. Like the N word is small potatoes if you're talking like that, bro. So you got to pick your
What?
battles, man.
What?
No, bro. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech. There's no definition for that. That's for what I've been hearing for the
Right.
last.
So don't feel upset about some N word if you're gonna feel that way.
Yeah, but we
No,
So,
said
so
look,
I
you can
mean,
be. The
like,
thing
bro,
is that you can be
no.
crazy,
upset.
yo.
There's no there. Look, in my
Nah,
opinion, freedom of speech is about you being able to say what you want, but then also being able to accept the consequence of what you say. And that's all we've been saying this whole entire time is
yeah,
hypocrisy. I'm not saying.
but
Go ahead.
that's contradictive. That's definitely
How?
contradictive. There's no way that anybody that's black can sit back and say, then you just got to be cool with the consequences. We said it earlier in the show that that's just what's going to happen. You just got to be 10 toes down and believe in your own words. So we understand that the consequences is there, but there's no accepting that shit because somebody, if from what I say, and they start threatening me, then it's going to be war then. I ain't got
It
to
don't
accept
have
that
to be.
I
shit.
didn't
That's an
say you
extreme
had to
example, though,
accept it.
bro. It don't have to be a
I didn't say.
murder. It could
Well, I
just be
didn't
a
say accept your
response.
Yeah,
consequence,
it
but
can be
if
it
there
can be a
is a
response.
consequence, I mean, shoot.
Yeah, it can be a response to whatever.
I
But
mean,
come on, man. If you
But
talking like I told him on another panel, if we sitting here trying to be like, oh, black folks is on one team now, that's some bullshit. All this shit y'all complaining about, motherfuckers is sitting there saying the N word and all this shit. Nobody use the N word more than we do. Nobody sits back and celebrate the death of somebody more than we do. We
That's
have a
a fact.
fucking culture
we
that
do
sits
that
back and
now.
do it in song.
Oh
We
no,
do
y'all
that
need to
now.
What
But
However,
we
this
but
the
upgrade.
thing,
talking
though.
about
no,
This
but
the
now?
thing, though. Real quick, I'm about to
yeah,
slide.
go
This the
ahead, go
thing,
ahead.
though. Regardless of what happened, this whole thing is about the freedom of speech being under attack.
Yeah,
And once again, the freedom of speech was attacked by a white man.
I
So
By
agree.
a white man.
however you cut it, it was a white man that shot someone who's speaking up once again. So
The
Yeah,
they did
conservatives
it.
are using cancel
I agree.
culture. I ain't think I ever
Peace and
seen
love,
that.
brothers.
well,
Salute you.
to that
Appreciate you for
extent,
coming through,
what
Ella.
black folk don't seem to know how to pick sides in a white on white conflict. Not that we have to pick a side, but we're having a hard time picking which side is actually the problem.
Why is
Because
that though?
because
Why
the
is that?
side is not color. The side is not the
Right,
color.
right. Because black
Why
folk
are you
only
no
morality
no
is
no
based around race. And so when it's not focused on the black race, niggas actually don't know how to keep score no more.
Well,
Right.
listen,
no,
listen.
you're being ignorant. Okay, so most of the black people that I know that have a problem with Charlie Kirk is because he made it about race. So let's not say it's not about race. It's definitely about. If he didn't say anything about how 13% of black people this and 55% of black people this, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. It's just
No,
that
we shouldn't be having a conversation because if we was going to have a conversation, we should have had the conversation when he was making the content so you can see it clearly on why he was addressing it. That's
okay,
that's the,
you
that's the
keep
problem.
implying that somebody don't know. Okay, again,
I didn't
I've been
imply
knowing about
anything. I
Charlie Kirk.
said no. I ain't, that's not what I said. I just addressed what you were just saying.
Well, no,
You,
go
you
ahead.
and the people that you know. You said the ones that you know. They was all up in arms because he started statting out. He started spatting out some damn stats over black and white. But he also statted
But
out.
how do you not know that they didn't feel like this when he was? I mean, you're
It was
making
people that
assumptions.
did. No, I'm not saying that they wasn't. But guess what they did? Guess what their response was to debating? That was
I
that.
think
That
I
was
think
basically what it was about.
Okay,
we're
at the end
losing
of the
sight
day,
of
it was a
something
white
important
man that
here,
shot
right?
him. So I mean,
Right, right.
like, what are we talking about?
Although he was talking about, although he mentioned black folk with his last dying breath, this is not a black thing. There's no point in this problem for black folk to take
But that's
issue,
his.
and that's kind of what
Bro,
But
I'm
we
talking
hood,
gotta
about.
stop.
But no,
This is
Wait a minute. Wait a
white
minute, y'all.
the
leftist,
Wait a
question,
minute.
the
white
question
Wait a
is
leftist
minute,
that
hood.
associated with the
Hood. Wait a minute.
transgender issue. That is what happened to him. This is not black
Hood.
violence.
But
This is
He
not
hood.
the
didn't
black
say anything
community's
Wait a
about.
fault at
minute.
a lot
all.
of
Wait a
people's
minute. Wait
questions
a
Hold on, the
is
minute,
host.
why
y'all.
do black
Hey, the host
people
is
don't
talking,
have
y'all.
Wait a
empathy for
minute. Wait a
Charlie
minute,
Kirk?
Keon. Wait a
That's kind of
minute,
the conversation.
Keon. I got you. Wait
My
a
bad, my
minute,
bad, my bad,
bro.
my fault.
We just established that is a minority of a minority of a minority of black
Yes.
people that even talking about this. Bro,
Yes.
it's white conservative people making this about black people. I don't think black people is the ones who making this about black people. This is
At
why I
all.
wanted to ask you, what do you mean by main character syndrome? That you said black people got main character syndrome.
Well,
What do you mean by that?
again, I just pointed out, white man kills white man, black people most affected because black folk are literally having
That's not
conversations
what's
as if,
happening.
bro, let me finish my whole point. Black folk, and
You
I've heard
wrong
that
with it though,
myself.
with a lisp.
I only said 12 words. You got to suck
Nigga,
that
you
shit
got
up.
it
You're 50
after. You
years
got it
old, nigga. You
after.
used to waiting. Nigga, 60 something years old. He not used
Unitas
to
over here
waiting.
is
What the fuck
trolling.
is that? Anyway, like I said, I've been doing content on this for days now, bro. I have hours and hours of this. And I don't say that you have to feel bad for Kirk, but the way niggas is talking is way over the top. And so they are they're making themselves a problem when they need not be one. All black folk had to do was be like,
What the
damn, that's fucked
what?
up, son,
What
and
the
let it
fuck?
go. Niggas out there bringing up his kids. They like, oh, that's his wife. They like, his neck is, niggas is talking so crazy right now when all you gotta do is just let the nigga be dead, bro. That's all you
I
had to
know.
do is
I
let
see
him be
what you're
dead.
saying. I see what you're
I
saying,
feel him
Hood.
on that.
Can I say something
But
real
that's
quick?
still a minority of black people. To say that shit is just, I think y'all making this shit bigger than it really
Yes,
is.
that's
That's a
exactly
fact.
Hey,
what's
what's
happening.
shocking? There's
Can
a
I
It's
say
a
minority of black
minority.
people.
Wait.
Like you
He
said,
said
hey, but
90s
because
percent.
like
He
you
said
said at the
90
Yeah,
beginning,
my
a
percent.
bad.
lot of
Night,
black
He
people
said
did
nightish,
not
90
know about
nightish,
this
and
though.
then nightish 18, and then Reese from Philly. You got
Yeah,
it.
listen. It wasn't a black thing when that white man did that to that white man. A bunch of HBCUs was threatened,
I was
and
just
they
about to
did
bring
some
that up.
stuff.
I
So,
was just gonna bring that up. Yep.
so that's why the black people are responding to. We didn't do anything, and y'all threatening HBCUs. Now the minority of people that's on some he leaning left and all that other crazy stuff. I had a song called No Warning Shot, and they said, oh, the song said popped in the head. You talking about Charlie Kirk. Yeah, it's some of us that's extreme, but what Witch Doctor said, that's a minority of a minority of a minority of people. That's extreme, and they want to put the magnifying glass on them because the default is always get them N-words.
Yep.
Black people think that's the default, and that's why they react the way they do. And I'm telling you, that is not the
See,
default. You're
you
gonna
sound
make it
like
the
Charlie.
default
See, now if
you're
you
gonna
got,
make
come
it the
on, brother.
default if you keep it up, bro. Like it will be the default. Well, like niggas are gonna get exactly what they wanted, and they never had it
Whoa, whoa,
before.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me
Why do
just
you
say this.
feel so
Can I
Yeah,
respond?
connected to this
Uh,
white
let
man, brother?
18
He needs
let
help.
18 go. You got it after Reese. Go ahead,
So
18
let me
Reese,
let
and then
me
you got it.
let me ask this real quick, Hood Conservative. I don't think niggas is making it the default. I just think it's people that just outright try to attack black people, just like we remember the Buffalo shooter, the dude that ran in and started shooting random black people in in that grocery store over there in Buffalo. And on his AR, he had "Here's your reparations" and swastikas and everything. The dude down in Florida that was trying to get into a HBCU couldn't get into a HBCU and just decided to go start randomly shooting black folks at the Family Dollar down in Florida. All of this was a couple years ago. You had the Tiki Torch people. You had the people marching in black neighborhoods over there in Cincinnati. This is not a situation. How long have we been hearing about motherfuckers training, preparing for a race war and different things like that? Now, I'm not saying that it could be a minority of people, but this is not something. I think that black people are just trying to antagonize white people to start looking in their direction. No, it's been like that. Just like what Nidish has said. You had people making threats to HBCUs about how they was going to delete other black people to the point that they had to lock down HBCUs. And it goes back to what I'm saying. You have a lot of people. You have this country, like even with Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace to the man. Now I'm not going to sit here and act like I knew about the man. I did. I heard his name and I heard some of the talking points that he was arguing, but I never followed any of his debates. I've seen a few clips, and I'm very limited with my knowledge on this. So I'm gonna just say this. Based off of the clips that I've seen, Charlie Clark, he was a very young man, he was 31 years old. And the clips that I've seen of him talking about us and black fatherhood and different things like that, it was simply out of the Republican blueprint. The same arguments that he was running, obviously, was talking points that he learned from
Let
other
me
people
speak to this
because
a
it
little
was
bit.
Okay, I'll let you 1 second.
What
Let me finish.
what were those arguments? What were they specifically?
About black fatherhoods, black fathers not being in the home,
Right.
different things like that. We don't have it's no such thing as white privilege and different things like that, based from what I've seen. But it was half truths. A lot of it was half
Let
truths
me
because
let
when they
me
talk,
let me speak.
go ahead, man.
Let me speak to the racial antagonism part for a second here. I'm not going to argue against any of the incidents you brought up because you're accurate for the most part about the incidents, right? During the BLM era, because it was an era, it was 2 years maybe out of our lives, right? That
What?
was 2 years of nonstop racial antagonism where you had
20 years.
a lot. Well, I'm just talking about right. I'm talking about literally post Floyd, right? I'm literally the post Floyd riots, right? Like
Yeah.
2 years of black folk getting together, harassing people when they go out to eat in public, going into suburban neighborhoods, harassing people there, harassing people on the roads. I mean, the antagonism is not one sided. And not only is it not one sided, black folk literally had the backing of the federal government at that point. And so, I mean, the harassment is all around. So, niggas want it, you going to get it, bro.
Yo.
And but that ain't good, man. Nigga, you make it sound like that's just everyday, bro. Niggas should look at the end of the day, bro. Nobody should be harassing nobody. Nobody should be having no racial baiting for anybody. Like you shouldn't be doing that. Like the Ben Shapiro, like you said, like in that BLM era, it was on both sides. You had you had the I forgot what the black lady name was that's in government. I forgot what her name was. But then you had the Ben Shapiro's, the Candace Owens, the Matt Walsh, whatever his name is, all these goofy motherfuckers that just came out of nowhere who basically just start saying what white people start thinking when the Black Lives Matter stuff was going on. It made huge millions and millions and millions of dollars, bro. They even got all this stuff and they just made money off of talking shit about other people. And that's why people are mad. Like that's it, that's all. I'm not trying to hear he told the truth. Fuck his truth. Like honestly, I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, and if I just may say this situation, right? It's no different. It is it's a gold mine. It's about money, man. You fuel just like how the liberals are fueled to with this hatred. They they try to you know what's the word I'm looking for? Practically how you have the liberals on one side, then you have the right? The Fox News and all of that that's fueling these poor white folks with hatred. They listening to Fox News every day because before it was Ben Shapiro, before it was what's his name, Charlie Kirk and all of this, you had the Rush Limbaughs and the Glenn Becks
Oh yeah,
and all of these other people with a lot of these same talking points. So
You ain't see you ain't see the
what's the
videos of
Sandy
white
Hook
people
dude?
kissing black people's feet, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas was going so far. You don't understand how
Wilding,
far
bro.
niggas went, bro. You niggas went so far. You just gonna have
You're
to suck it up,
wrong.
bro. Put your
You're
helmet
wrong.
on and get ready for the next
That's a
chapter,
fucking
bro.
fact.
You're wrong, though. You
No.
talking about Hebrew Israelites that got white people kissing their feet. That don't got
No.
nothing to do with
No. Protesters.
Man, I don't want no nigga kissing my feet. That's crazy as hell.
They had
Look,
white cops doing it.
man.
I tell you what they didn't do. They didn't give you no jobs.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, don't
Hey,
kiss
I didn't
me.
march with none of them niggas. I was good. I was getting my money, but them niggas is looking crazy. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Hey, doctor, earlier you said that black people are blowing this shit out of proportion, right?
No, I think everybody who is saying that black people got an issue with Charlie Kirk, they exaggerating because like me and Nightish keep saying is a minority of a minority of a minority, bro. Like
I
they
agree with
making
that.
this shit like it's a black thing, and it's like, bro, nobody that I know even know who this dude is.
It
Yeah,
is a minority of a minority, but the black people that are tuned in are saying very vicious shit. And they're doing this kid here like they did Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse didn't do
I
nothing to
wanna, I
black
wanna.
people, but when the racism conversation comes up, his name comes up every time for some reason. That is a mental
Yo,
illness. That's retardation.
but again, that's
three white
minority.
sexual offenders, by the way. Three white
Right.
sexual offenders.
And
Great
niggas are
shot.
mad at that.
Great shot.
Wrong. They
Like
did
you
not.
understand what team you guys are on right now? You don't
Wait a
understand
minute.
you're on the
All right,
team
let
of the
me ask
sexual
y'all this.
offenders right now.
Let me ask you this, and don't bullshit, right? Did these guys go out there like vigilantes with the intention to take out these guys because they was some sort of scum to society,
Let
or
me,
did they know
No,
these guys? Because
Rittenhouse.
y'all
No,
making it
no.
sound like these guys should be celebrated for doing something. Like, what the fuck, bro?
hold up,
What are
No,
we
listen.
it was
talking
dumb
about?
luck, bro. Sometimes you accidentally do the Lord's work, bro. Have you never did a good thing
And
on a
bro,
Sunday?
every time a black person is deleted, bro, if you search long enough, you're gonna find some dirt, bro. That shit is so disingenuous and fake. That is wild to me, bro. I'm not
But
justifying
they
no
keep,
shit that
but they
nobody
bring
do.
him up
But
as an
every time a
enemy of
black
black
person,
people, though.
bro, every time the cop shoots somebody the cop shoots somebody by accident or on purpose, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They always
I
go and
think
look
you're
up the
losing the irony, witch doctor.
bro.
He's
I
This
think
not.
is,
y'all I
it's
think
not
y'all
about
He's
the
make
not.
history.
He's not.
It's not
I
about
don't
the
know.
history.
You
They're
listen.
accusing Kyle Rittenhouse of being an enemy of black people, but Kyle has only ever harmed white people, nasty
That's
white people.
Yeah,
that's
And so
right.
no,
that's
no,
my
That's
I get
point.
it.
right.
That's the
That's
irony. That's the
you're
irony,
right
witch
about
doctor. It's
that,
not
but
so much that their history.
you're right
bro, you
about that.
trying to
But
conflate shit, bro.
yeah, you're right about that. But the problem is, no matter what the situation is, the default is black. Think about that woman that was sitting on the couch with the cop, and there was a pot of boiling water. 2 cops are in the house. The other cop could have told that cop, take that boiling water off the stove. Why did they let her get up and then pop her? Because
Well,
she
because
said,
she's allowed to walk
"Lord
around your
bless
house.
you." What?
She's allowed to walk around her house. It was her house, and they came on a wellness check. Like they weren't expecting her to be the threat. And so, if you throw a pot of boiling water at me, one of us gonna die, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
So
That
you
is
gonna
crazy.
get your wake up call like Officer Tatum did. I know you want your butter biscuits, but you sounding crazy up here this
Yo,
morning.
in that particular case,
I won't get my face melted off though.
that case was a little bit different than some of these others. Yo, that chick wasn't doing shit.
Right.
She ain't
She
get
had
I
a
have a
paid.
nice
mental problem.
face, and you are
She had
not
a
melting this
mental
shit off because you
problem.
crazy.
She
No,
had
hold
a
up, listen,
mental
listen, listen.
problem.
I don't even know why we conflating that shit with, like, I don't know, bro.
It's a go-to when niggas want to put their argument forward. They got these certain cases that are go-tos, but they don't do the research in them.
Bro,
Yeah,
and
but
that's not exclusive. When you said niggas, you mean everybody, because everybody got their shit that they always go to. That's why it become talking points. You know what I mean?
exactly. Look, let's get off of her. Let's talk about Carmelo Anthony. I forget what the white dude that was trying to get some steam around that was
Austin
going out there, and Carmelo Anthony said,
Yeah,
"Take
Lane.
my son name off of that stuff, because we don't agree with you. Your default is to go. We got to go against these black folks."
Damn.
This man had a whole bus with that man's face on the side of it. And his daddy said, take my son's face off of that bus. Now we don't hear about him no more. But if he would have been left alone, he'd have built up some steam.
Well, I think that's evidence that not as many white folk are really trying to wave that racial flag as you might think. And the number is growing because, the Carmelo Anthony thing was another incident where niggas was looking a little funny, bro.
How?
White people are getting fed up, bro. I'm telling you, they're getting tired of this work.
So let me understand
Wait a
this. They
minute.
brought us. Let me understand this. If this is right, because I don't know if this is even the truth. I think we was already here. So they brought us here on ships and said that N-words were nothing and black women was mammies and blah blah blah. So
You
now
really
in
started way back then.
2025, so now in 2025, it's different when they say N-words ain't nothing and they can't stand them. They can't send us back because they brought us here.
I keep telling y'all that shit never happened, dog.
What?
They can't
I don't think
send us
anybody has
back.
plans to
They can
send anybody
deport
back.
everybody else. They can't deport us. ICE is not finna come to my house and say, you going back to Africa.
Yeah, so I think the deal with us is, can you just stop killing our children? That'd be nice.
Wait.
You can kill
Who's
your own
killing whose
kids, just don't
children?
kill mine. Well, I'm saying between white and black, I think the deal is, if you just stop killing our kids, we'll be fine. You can do whatever you want to
Who
your
is
own
the
children.
us? Who is the us?
Well, I'm literally making it a white black conversation.
Right. So who is the us in
That's
your
the
scenario?
conversation, dude.
I think when he said us, he
This nigga
means
really
white
just
people.
asked who's the us.
No. I want to know who the us is right quick. Because he sounds like he's saying Max when he's sick.
I guess I would be speaking for them at this point. Is that
Listen, hood servitors, this all you got to do to cut it, down the middle. Just yell, "This Candyland, nigga!"
Whatever makes you feel better, bro.
Let me just say this.
I
real
don't
quick.
have to like back away or run from it. It is what it is. But you niggas that's afraid of what's happening don't seem to understand what's going on.
So it is Candyland then.
Do you guys think that it's going to be it's going to get even worse? Do you think the situations are going to be even worse?
Yes.
Human beings are stupid, and they're going to feed into every fake story they put out there. Just to select them. People die and kill each other all the time. They handpick these stories just to get people racially charged. And there are 8 billion dickheads here on this planet. They're going to fall for it every fucking time.
Reese, I want you to stay on the point. He said about these two people being in heaven, right? These folks is overcharging you for poison. Food, you just talked about inflation. Food is expensive and it's killing you. The Food and Drug Administration have a connection with the pharmaceutical companies.
Okay, so now that
they told it's recent, you my same age. They told us when we was young it was a food pyramid. They said eat cheese, drink milk, milk does a body good. Are they still saying that?
The 5 food groups.
Are they still saying that stuff is good for you?
Yes, but watch this.
No, they're not. They saying it's poison now. They saying it's pus.
That's Robbie Kennedy saying that. So I used to sell knowledge DVDs in the early 2000s, and I noticed that every nigga in my neighborhood bought one of them joints. And I had the health joints. I had it all. So everybody knew what to eat 20-something years ago. It's not the of course the food industry and medical industry they're evil and they're tied together. But the real problem is the dumb fucking human being who ingests the shit and maintains the demand for poison. There's 7 of them on this fucking panel right now.
Just because you're a weed head, and you can't afford food because your weed is too expensive, don't try to blame us other people on the panel. That's wild.
I can't find vegan meals because all you dickheads eat meat, and the stores know that. That's what they sell.
If you
are a burden on me just like the rest of these motherfuckers.
Reese, if you grew your own food, it wouldn't matter because Monsanto's germinates into your food and makes it just as bad as the rest of the food. So there is no real food anymore. No real water, no real air, no real food. And they charge you double for poison. Let that marinate.
That means my theory is correct then.
You saying you can be healthy when they dumping stuff in the sky and they dumping stuff in the water. The water has microplastics if it's in plastic. The stuff you drink out of a tap has feces and pharmaceuticals and everything else. Where can you be healthy at?
Hey, something happened to me.
Yeah, your weed costs too much and you don't eat that much.
I don't know what the fuck.
And I think you're an evil leader because you got a cat walking around you. I don't trust dudes with cats.
I'm doing something.
You don't trust me, Dan. I got 2 of them.
So I'm doing something right. And I'm your age. So
yeah, I'm your age, 90s.
Who's wrong and who's right? Okay.
No, I think both of y'all are right.
I know I'm right. I'm
I don't trust cat people.
Let's I think we got a little bit away from the conversation, but I want to ask this question, right? Don't it seem that every time there's a racial conversation, the default is black and white, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why you think that is?
Because those people created that as a social construct and they can't get away from it. They need to get away from it. Before Martin Luther King got deleted, the next march he was going to have was going to be a poor people march. And that would have been everybody that's poor, white folks, everything else. They got him the hell up out of here before he did that.
But this is the thing, though, Nidus. That still makes us seem like we the goddamn ball. They keep kicking the fucking ball. I think we're way more smarter than that. It goes to what Reese was just saying. We got fucking human beings that just want to fall victim to their own fucking devices. Motherfuckers demanded poison. Motherfuckers sit back and we get to talking about, I said this on another panel, we get to talking about ham sandwiches. Motherfuckers still gonna bring slavery in there. We don't let that shit go.
Never.
Slavery is in everything that we talk about. Motherfucker be talking about cars. At some point, somebody gonna sit back and say some shit about slavery. So we gotta let that shit go too. At the end of the day,
the word
I can say individually, but I'm speaking collectively. The shit it's like we can talk about anything, and there we go. We back to that. So it's some people say it's unresolved, but I think it's some other bullshit because we got motherfuckers that's living now that's probably 22 years old, born in 2000, 2003, right. And they're talking the same shit that was talked in the 80s, in the 70s. It's the same fucking shit, and they don't know shit about it.
Exactly.
So they're hearing it from somebody.
And that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
And I wish people would stay focused on this because it says Charlie Kirk and George Floyd, are they in heaven, right? The point I want to make, the idea of heaven, who has always been the forefront of when it talks about Jesus, religion, and everything else? Black folks. You'll see a bunch of white folks in church holding hands with black folks, but when that guy decided to go in there and hold hands and they loved him and everything else, he still popped them.
Yeah.
Then they gave him a big old cheeseburger and some fries and a drink to go with it. It's not, I done seen too many black folks inside courtrooms forgiving somebody that deleted their people. Have y'all seen that?
It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've also seen wars.
The white lady who shot her black boyfriend when he came from the club, they forgave her because she's some sheriff's daughter or something. It's too many cases of us forgiving, but somehow we the problem.
Well, they do that too, though.
I think it's an American problem, bro. Motherfuckers live right next door to each other, and even if if you've been around white people, you got those ones that's just as bad as black folks when it comes down to racism or bigotry, right? But then you have those other ones that's so damn apologetic. It's the same thing. It's an American thing, if you ask me. It's both. And at the end of the day, motherfuckers are confused now. Think about what's happening now with the younger generation. They really won't really talk about this racism shit if they don't hear a lot of us old motherfuckers talking about it. Because guess what they doing? They fucking motherfuckers that ain't just their motherfucking nationality or ethnic background. They fucking everybody. Everybody's fucking now.
Which shows they're hypocrites. They're hypocrites.
And now you got these mixed up ass fucking kids. I'm black, and you hear somebody talk about the 1% of black blood, and somebody else would say, well, if your daddy black, then you black, and it confuses motherfuckers, and they grow up being confused, fucked up adults, and they end up doing some fucked up shit. Yeah.
Niggas
but again, the
problem. I think it's on both. But
no,
Reese, I think it's. No, this is what I'm saying.
No,
it may be one.
What I was mixed with, or none of that shit. Niggas look at you and they put you where they want to put you when they want to put you there.
Yeah, but if you over there in those motherfucking towns, I'm up north, but I'm in Michigan. This is a racist motherfucking state too. You get your ass away. Yeah, Jersey the same way. So when they get comfortable around their people, like they don't work with black folks, they don't work with, they just work with nothing but white folks. They comfortable. They just like how we are. We get comfortable when we talking about it. But see, we do this shit on internets and everything. Call them crackers, call them milky pasty, all that shit. We say all the racist shit that we say. I get pissed off because I'm hearing the same motherfuckers that'll sit back and talk bigotry type shit get mad when somebody else give it back to them. It is what it is.
Those are the ignorant though, but let's keep it 1,000. We keep saying white and black when a bunch of them people that you would look at as white wasn't considered white. Facts. They didn't consider Italians white. They didn't consider Irish people white. They didn't consider Polish people white. So if them people now, Italians, Polish, small hats, all them people, and they don't think that they white, they lying to themselves. They not. And the actual ones, actually the problem, you never hear about.
Good point.
But here's the thing: when they became white, they assimilated into
white society.
White society made it that
because they can't have kids
because they wanted to get their numbers up.
Yeah, to
And
fake
the
their
funny
numbers
thing,
up. Yes.
but the crazy thing about it is a lot of these other groups, from the Irish to the Italians, they live adjacent next to black folks. And in certain cases, some of them had black friends and different things like that. But once they assimilated and once they became white, they started following the same blueprint that a lot of these racist white folks was. Then they started getting racist to us. Then they started attacking us and jumping us as the generations progress.
You're
But
correct.
but
But when they come to effing over people, no matter how much they trying to assimilate, they're gonna look at them as N-words too. They're gonna look at them Irish, Italians, Polish, all them people. They even saying Latinos as white folks now. They're gonna look at all of them like N-words too.
No, they don't, because they live in the same neighborhoods. They go to the same schools. They go to the same jobs and everything like that, and they don't usually have a problem. You can run past a white person today. You ask them what their ethnic background is. They'll tell you, "Oh, my mother was English, and my father was Italian, or my grandfather came from Italy." And so, a lot of the white people that you run today, they got different ethnic backgrounds.
Yeah, 18th. But the thing also is that if we take and we say what it really is, it's bigotry and it's not racism, it'd be a lot more broader, because within all these other ethnic groups, these motherfuckers don't like certain motherfuckers that they with. They don't fuck with each other like that. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's more of a bigotry type of thing than it is racism. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
They call them white trash. They call them hillbillies. They don't mess with their own people.
Yeah, that's for the poor white people that's, living in the Ozarks and shit like that.
Yeah, yes. But the thing is this. So when we look at it, we look at them as one mass. They don't mess with each other like that. Like black people run away from black people and they go live in gated communities and whatever else. White people run away from white people the same way. And
I think we're a little more closer. I think we a little more closer though, bro, because you got them. We are connected. And think about this: we're connected with even the ones that we don't like fucking around with, the street niggas or whatever. We still close to them because they are family, and it's just something about us. We won't fully, separate ourselves from them. We probably won't,
because we're a minority. We 13% of the population. It's only 46 million of us. We all we got, but we won't seem to accept that we all we got. It's 216 million of them. We're a quarter of them. So when they talk about white trash, they talking about hundreds of millions of white trash. When we talk about niggas, we talking about a minority.
But what I'm saying is that
majority of us are above the poverty line. We go to work every day. We good upstanding, religious, and all that other stuff.
I think it's more than just we looking at the numbers of who we are, right? It's still at a point where, like, if I go somewhere that it ain't a whole bunch of black folks, like say if I went over to Europe or some shit like that, and I see somebody that's black, I still wave at them and be like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, we would still talk to each other.
Because you're a minority, yes.
Right. So,
but
that's all across the world.
One of you.
Right. So, but when you got, even I think the Latinas is like that too, right? They kind of, we talk about the fucked up shit that we have to experience with one another. But I think it's really fucked up once we started doing it on platforms like, these platforms now, so everybody get the chance to hear our real gripes with one another. And I don't think the people on the outside actually understand how we actually still fuck with each other, though. Still think the majority of us still fuck with one another. It's just
listen, JT, you might cuss me out, Reese might cuss me out, whoever might cuss me out, but I'm gonna tell you this. I feel uncomfortable when I'm not around a bunch of black folks. I'd rather be in danger in the hood around some black folks than in a place where there ain't nothing but I'm the only one there. Yeah. You know what we keep hearing in 2025? The first lawyer at this job, the first doctor at this office, and all of them dudes is hiding them up. They uncomfortable because they the only one there.
Yeah. You got a point there.
You know what a scam that is, though? Like, at this point, all the best firsts have been taken already. And so a motherfucker can open up a law firm tomorrow and you'll be the first black employee.
Wait, Hood Servant said all the firsts have been taken. Ain't no more
All the
first,
good shit has been taken already. You ain't gonna be Jackie Robinson, nigga.
We out of first.
Right. Niggas be trying to take all this credit and shit. Like, get over that shit, bro. You
Yeah,
work,
listen, they
just
make
take
up
the job and do the
LeBron
job and be
stats for
happy.
niggas all the time, fam. All the time they make up
Okay,
LeBron.
so let's stay right there. Let's stay
That's a
right
good
there.
one. That's a good
Would you
one.
feel comfortable when you go to a firm and you the only one in there?
I might like it better, bro. I'll be wanting to get away from niggas sometimes,
I'ma be
man.
more
Niggas be bringing
comfortable
the
than I am
energy I
on the
don't
front
always
side.
like.
I'll tell you that much.
Okay, so
I mean,
all
I think
you
Hood know. I think Hood know how to blend in with white
I
folks.
do, bro. I'm international. I got my pass stamped all over.
Steven has always said this is Candyland. I'm not confused about that.
I'm getting every Candyland, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
I got news for y'all too. White people treat light-skinned motherfuckers different.
You know what it is?
Go ahead,
I'm not
speak
even
on it.
light-skinned.
Wait a
You know
minute.
what it
Let
is,
him
bro?
speak
Get it
on
off
it.
your chest. A lot of
Wait a
racist
minute.
won't tell y'all
Let
that,
him
but I'm going to snitch on all of them.
Speak on it, bro, because I never heard about this. Go ahead.
Speak on this.
Light-skinned nigga, it's one of them dark secrets that a group keeps, right? I'm snitching. They
Go
do.
So
ahead.
you conservative is light skinned?
Fuck no, bro. I'm brown. But no, I had a conversation one day with a real dark-skinned nigga I was working with, right?
I think
Came
the
up
The
in
light
nigga
skin
asked me something, bro. The nigga asked me a funny question.
so they can relate to both
You see,
sides.
they
You know what I
done.
mean?
Nah, the
They,
nigga.
they didn't let they didn't want Reese to drop them jewels there, but it's all
No,
good. I
no,
really
no.
want
I
to know
think
how they
Reese
treat.
onto something, but
How
only
do they
partially.
treat y'all
I got to
different?
get a tan now because
Only partially, because this is a nigga I was working with, right? He was real dark skinned, had face tats, like he did time or whatever. So you know the look, right? Nigga asked me a question. He's like, "Yo, how come white folk always smiling and shit?" And I'm like, "Bro, you don't get it." And this is why you got to smile at them, because like they don't always know if you're like one of the safe niggas. And so they be kind of awkwardly smiling, trying, hear me out.
Let
And I'm
him
like, yo,
rock.
they kind of awkwardly smiling, trying to figure it out. That's why you got to smile back.
What
Because
is
like
a
we at
safe
the
nigga, brother?
workplace and we work around white folk and shit. He was like, you know what? I think you're right. Because like I just be looking at niggas, and this would be my face, but like I just be looking at them, and they be looking at me like I'm scary or something. And I'm like, nigga, just smile, make them feel better.
So you one of the safe ones. You the one.
Yeah, what the fuck is a safe nigga?
I know how to
need
look
know
non-threatening, bro.
The man said he smiled to make them feel better, bro.
I know how to appear like I'm not about to rob you.
Yeah.
I'm not about to rob you. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You don't have to cross
so
the
are you
street.
gonna deny some of these niggas don't look like that?
No. She don't have to cross the street around you. She don't have to clutch her purse.
Hey,
When
Hood
you come to
Servatives,
dinner.
this one thing I can guarantee you right now. The hardest nigga on this panel at a parole hearing is going to show 32 teeth.
Thank you.
And his clothing
Thank
are
you.
going to be ironed. His hair is going to be neat. I bet you that.
Yeah, but we talking about
so
somebody
not
who
you.
can choose judging your life versus just the everyday white man. Like we
Exactly.
Like,
So not Reese,
Bro,
because Reese is missing a side tooth.
Everyday life is a test, though. We're being judged every day. You think you're being judged because you got arrested? That's why niggas fucked up. You think the only judge is the actual
because you're
judge.
actually in the court of law in which you can go to prison.
Every day you're being tested. Every moment of your life is a test, bro.
That's not we saying hood conservative. We saying a light-skinned dude that smoke a lot of trees that's missing a side tooth is talking about 32 teeth. That's crazy work.
That's the
I got you.
Anyway.
I'm good.
And he's wearing the black tank top. I'm not gonna call it what other people call it. We're gonna call it a tank top today.
But let me ask y'all this, though, right? So to the people like hood conservative, right? That dwell amongst the Caucasian persuasion,
Steven.
right?
Yeah.
Don't you think that some of them get shunned by black people for talking white or moving? You know what I'm saying? Don't you think that like do you think that they leave the black community because of on their own merit, or do you think they get pushed to do that shit sometime?
They get roasted out the hood.
Who's leaving the black community? What do you mean?
You are the one with the lisp. They get pushed because in school they gave them nuggies and wedgies, pushed them in lockers, pushed their face in toilet. I mean, we got to.
If you're talking about me in particular, I just had to figure shit out. I was a little bit late to the savagery of niggas. So once I learned savagery, I learned how to swim too.
Yo, my whole family left the hood. They all had black fatigue before it was a term. That happened in the 80s. They all left.
Since you want to talk like that.
So let's get back to the topic. Kirk and Floyd both in heaven, right? Since you found out the savagery of niggas.
Floyd is in hell.
Ain't no savages
Definitely
in heaven, bro.
in the
That's not how
depths of
heaven
hell.
works, man.
The
I
hottest.
don't know what book you reading.
He died in a state of evil. That's where he's going.
Come on now.
Wait a minute. That man called out his mama, and I'm positive Jesus
That
was
was his
He
white
was not
girlfriend.
calling out his mama, man.
That
No,
was
he
his
wasn't.
white
He hadn't
woman,
seen
his white
mom.
queen.
His mom didn't give a fuck about him.
His last thought was about Candyland, bro.
His girlfriend's nickname was Mama. That's who he was
Well,
calling.
okay. I gotta show some respect to damn hood conservative then. He know when a nigga calling out for massa.
Wow.
Goddamn. Goddamn.
I did not know he was calling out for his girlfriend. I
That
thought
was
he
his
calling-
white woman, brother.
White
You
woman.
niggas are so confused.
Damn.
He was living with a family, right, that took care of him for years. No one in his family that got none of that money and all that gave a fuck about him. The lady
Reese, I wish that
was taking care of him didn't get shit. Nobody even knows her fucking name.
Reese, I wish that Witch Doctor had the sound that go along with that image where he yelling out, Mr. Candy.
The devil's a motherfucking liar.
Damn.
But I do think that right-wing conservative people are making this Charlie Kirk thing about black people, making it about them. I don't think black people are the ones making this about black people. I think a lot of black conservatives is making it about black people, and a lot of just conservatives in general, you know what I mean? And I'm not a political person on the left or the right. I don't even know where I consider myself, you know what I mean?
Doctor, this story is what, 3 days
Somebody
old?
got to mute. They got some, I don't know, it's that wind or something going on.
I hope it ain't
That's
me.
probably me. Hold on.
Yo,
I think, yeah.
this is what I'm promising you, yo. The conservative news people that you've been watching for the past 2 days, all they're doing is responding to the vicious shit that people are saying about this dude. They didn't make nothing black. It was made black by niggas.
Wrong. The black people are responding to the white people that threaten them HBCU.
No, that happened the next day after Twitter was lit up with all type of.
Listen, just because black people are better roasters and know how to say way more eviler shit, we don't listen. All we are doing is saying evil shit, but they doing evil shit.
Being evil is not a flex, bro.
First thing I can tell you right now is I hang out with white people, and black people do not make more vicious comments than white people. When they are going at each
why are you
other,
defending these, bro? What's this connection with white people that you trying to prove to us, bro? You never gonna
none.
prove
I
that white
just work
people are
around.
good
It's about truth, not about white people. Niggas just don't really know what they're saying.
The truth is that it's never gonna happen. White people are assholes. We don't care about them. We're not gonna like them. Fuck them. We don't like that's the truth, bro.
Wait a minute. Let me. I gotta do this real quick.
This content is for entertainment purposes only. Opinions expressed by hosts or guests are their own and do not reflect the views of this channel, platform, or the Not for Human brand.
And let's let August Moore to the stage.
Shout out to August. I ain't seen him in a minute either. Long time, brother.
What's popping, brothers? What's popping?
What's going on, young buck? What's popping with you, boy? All right.
Cooling, baby.
I got hit with a disclaimer. Ain't that a bitch? Let me stop talking.
Cause you talking crazy about white people, man. You trying
You're
to
right.
White people are crazy, man.
No, they literally own YouTube. They own the streets we on right now. Come on,
yeah,
now.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Like, but yeah, man. I do think that because I was being facetious with a title, right? Because I'm not even a religious person. I was just saying that to say neither Floyd or Kirk deserve people to be dancing on their grave or disrespecting the dead. I don't respect that shit. However, I'm not gonna chastise I'm not gonna chastise people for how they felt about the dude, because he should be able to say what he want, but people should be able to react how they want without causing physical harm to him. Though I just don't think physical harm should be caused to you for your
Well, he's already
your
dead.
freedom of speech, unless you directly disrespect somebody. If they check your chin, that's on you, because that's a direct disrespect. You know what I mean? But just freedom of speech, I think you should be able to say what you want. You know what I mean? That's a slippery slope.
I mean, other than saying he doesn't like Beyonce, I don't think anything was worth getting punched in the face over.
The title is great. It's wonderful clickbait. Everybody gonna want to be a participant in this discussion. That title is wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah, look, hey DJ. At the end of the day, bro, because I'm pretty sure this is I'm who you talking about. Because I'm an extremist when it comes to this Charlie Kirk stuff. Like I said, I'm in that demographic that he was in when he was like getting popular, when he was going to these colleges. Like when he was going to college, colleges and stuff, I was thinking about going to college. You know, I was just in that demographic. So it's just me seeing so many clips, and I'm political too. So just me seeing clips and him going on Jubilee. If you really want to know who Charlie Kirk is, look up his Jubilee 20 versus one conservative versus 20 Democrat. Like
yeah, that's what I seen. That's what I watched, and I saved the what you call it, I saved a video compilation of different shit he said. I was gonna review that shit, but it just so happened that we just end up in the conversation instead of reviewing the video. You know what I mean?
We should look at that too. But anybody that does that right now, you got Myron going to college campuses. You got Myron that's on these different things. You got
Pearl.
Who?
Pearl Davis.
Oh, yeah,
the white girl
around right now. All of them. Even Tommy Sotomayor didn't resurface. He's on 20 versus ones. He's going to college campuses. He's showing up on these different. Listen,
I think that's dope. I think it is dope. It's a new way on how to get.
Like it's getting tiresome.
And this is the picture I seen that made me. My bad. This is the picture I seen that made me ask if they both in heaven. You know what I'm saying?
No, y'all had it. Like earlier.
One second. Let's
earlier.
Picture for 1 second.
YouTube.
Hold on. So earlier.
Picture for 1 second. Why is the white man on fire?
Because he deserves it.
Nah, because he spit in that fire. He spit in that fire.
Yeah. So the question that you gave me, the conversation that you guys had that spent off of it was the whole thing about, you know, the heaven and the hell, or if it is a heaven and hell after you go and things like that. It actually was a good conversation to roll over, because it's just a concept that everybody was rolling with each other. Me, myself, that's what made me say, shit, let me hear it get up there, because I wanted to get in on that conversation. I don't think that when we transition that we even know that we got work to be done another way. We human here. So my whole thing is that we are a ball of motherfucking energy. The energy had to go somewhere. Right. So at the end of the day, it could be that there is no heaven or hell. It's just that we transition into some other shit, some other form of energy. That's how I look at it.
Man.
I you know what I think? I agree with you. I think we go to our descendants. Then we show up somewhere down our line. As long as our line continues to exist, I think that's a part of the like innate drive for us to make sure that our seed does well, because we know that we're gonna come back eventually, somehow, some way, in our in the deep recesses of our consciousness.
So let's say right there, if that's what it is, shouldn't the energy feel like it's going back home? Shouldn't it feel love, like it's going back to where we came from?
I don't really think that is more about a feeling. This is my personal thing. It could be that. You could be right about that. But I think that because I'm driven by like wanting to work more, you know what I'm saying, and grow more and expand, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like, you know, that's kind of like been my thing. I don't really get too caught up in like the feeling of love and warmth and all that other shit, because I don't really have time for that, to be honest with you. So I let the women do that.
So let's talk about humanity as a whole. Hey, Tyranny, shout out to you, Queen. Let's talk about humanity as a whole. I think we effing morons, and we keep blowing this thing up, and we start over from the beginning. It's literally the Planet of the Apes. Charleston Heston thought he went to another planet until he saw the Statue of Liberty from her chest up sitting out of the water. And he said, damn you human beings. And he saw them humans that was burnt up down there in that damn subway station in the Forbidden Zone who hit that nuke. Now, where are we at right now in 2025? World War III. We got the National Guard going to Memphis and Chicago. They talking about the real problem is YNs. Listen to what listen where we are right now.
I mean, well, I kind of like that's one way of looking at it, but I think that another way would probably be like, you know, we entering the world of AI. You know what I'm saying? Like just being able to do things just on a normal basis is at your fingertips now. You can use AI to fix your damn credit. You can prompt that motherfucker to be a credit repair specialist, and then they'll learn every credit law and every credit, you know, history thing to be able to walk you through the steps on how to fix your credit. I think that's what we're
back chat so I can know how to
Pay
do
your
it.
debt. That's how you
easy,
fix
bro.
your credit.
That's all you gotta do is prompt it,
Just
bro.
gotta
I'm
ask
telling you.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, just ask it, just prompt it. Oh, yeah, just prompt it, say,
back chat so I
I
can know
can
how
tell
to
you
do
how to
it.
fix your credit.
Yeah,
Pay your debt.
I
That's
see
how
you
you
sure.
fix your credit.
I got to roll, man. I got one prediction though.
You don't have to make a light skin essay. Just leave.
No,
Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you coming through, Reese.
I'm dead serious. I got a prediction. I think Charlie Kirk's wife is gonna run for politics soon.
Man, get
She
the
might
fuck
be
out of
the
here. Ain't nobody
president.
running. Look, first of all, if Hillary Clinton didn't get it, then she's definitely not getting off of it just because her husband died. What the hell? They go
No,
shoot
he didn't
her
say
up.
president. He said politician. I can see that. I can see it.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Politician or what? The mayor?
You got Congress, you got Senate, you got all kind of shit she can
Man,
run
get
for.
out.
No doubt about it.
She could
He
be a
wasn't even a
councilwoman
politician.
or a fucking state rep. God damn.
Learn how to leave properly. You said you was gone and you still here, nigga.
After we're gonna stick on this a little bit more, and then we're gonna yeah, he's out there. I really want to tackle that I really want to tackle this conversation on a different stream, the whole heaven hell type shit, you know what I mean? But we could evolve the conversation into that, because I think we exhaust the Charlie Kirk shit. Everybody talking about it, everybody and their grannies. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
been
how
about
else.
damn near a week, brother.
I'll make an
Yeah.
announcement real quick too, because I'm actually about to go live. I'm going to do a full show on this because I owe my audience a show. So I'm going to cover this more on my channel, and then we're going to open up the panel if anybody else want to come over and prove me wrong. And you're welcome. I don't let nobody get shanked in my house, so it's going to be a clean conversation.
Again, no need to make an announcement, Goofy.
God damn.
Go ahead. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, don't no self-advertising Hood. And by the way, anybody over at Hood, y'all could feel free to we still up over here at Not For Human.
Yeah, open up the panel here, goddamn it. The fuck?
Like the panel is already open, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
like what the fuck?
Okay, I got a question. What does Charlie Kirk and George Floyd have to do with each other?
Both people, the only thing I see they have in common other than their birthday, they both got the same birthday, is that
Really?
people celebrated both their deaths and try to use their deaths for political agendas. You know what I'm saying?
But you also know that
Wow.
one of the things
I
that
did not
made
know they
them
had the same
synonymous.
birthday.
But one of the things that made them synonymous also was because people were pulling up the clips of Charlie Kirk saying what he thought about George Floyd. So that was one of the biggest things, and that was
Okay,
was
so
getting people tracked.
DJ, did people really celebrate George Floyd's death, or were they just trying to justify what the cop did? I don't think they celebrated his death.
No, it was man.
Some people did celebrate
It
it, but
became a
for the most part, they used both of their deaths for political agendas. You know what I mean?
That Twitter X
I think
man
the
was
whole-
showing
the whole-
all
the
that
process-
shit.
The process is
Hey,
always
I just
the
started
process is
talking.
always this, right? Somebody sits up here and says one thing about a person, and then somebody else sees a million people talking, and then get jealous. Well, I wouldn't say get jealous, but then get mad or start questioning, like, why the fuck y'all talking about this person? And then that's when it becomes the dissing back and forth. I don't think it didn't start off as no celebration, of course not. But it just become like, why the hell do y'all care so much about this racist? Or or white people probably say, why the hell y'all care about a convict? I don't know what the hell they used to call George Floyd, but yeah, that's just how it gets into it.
But you think they was not celebrating what's his name, Dev?
Kirk.
George
Yeah, that's
Floyd.
what I'm saying. It turned into that. Yeah, for sure. Nah,
Why
you
would
got
they
it.
I'm not talking about
celebrate
George. I'm
George
not talking about
Floyd's
George
death?
Floyd. You
Talk
said
about Kirk.
it turned.
Charlie
Are you
Kirk.
talking about
You
Kirk?
said it turned. Yeah, you said it turned into them celebrating Charlie Kirk. That
Hell
what
Yes,
it
yeah,
is?
hell
yes,
yeah. They
yes,
see it. They
yes.
see,
Man,
bro,
they was
you,
celebrating that shit off the rip, man. Some
Yeah, as soon as
bro.
he got
Yeah,
shot, it wasn't
it
even 10
started
minutes.
that way,
nigga, yeah,
bro.
they was happy, nigga. Like I'm telling you, look,
Yeah,
I
even
thought
even
Yeah,
TMZ
TMZ
got
got
some
that card.
backlash
laughing. They was
because they
laughing.
was the people in the newsroom was laughing when Trump announced that Buddy had
Yes, bro.
passed
That
and
was
shit.
Hey,
And
immediate,
now
all
bro.
I gotta say is,
people calling for them to get fired, bro.
all I
Yeah,
gotta
I
say
saw
is,
that.
you
A lot
gotta
of people
ask
getting
why.
fired right now.
Fucking
You
right.
gotta ask why. I don't look. Y'all niggas always want to ask why do white people like why is Charlie Kirk out there talking racist shit? Y'all always want us to make an understanding for Charlie Kirk, but then ask why these people are celebrating this shit, bro. They clearly had a gripe with this nigga. Like it's not saying like he
Who
deserves it.
is
It's just saying
celebrating
that
his
I don't
death?
fuck with him.
That's what
I
I
don't.
don't
Everybody.
see. No, nobody's going around saying "woo hoo," the Wicked Witch is dead. We're just saying who
I
cares.
mean, they would
That's
cheer,
all
but
we're
people would,
saying.
but
No,
some
they're
people were
cheering.
cheering. I'm not saying it was
Yeah,
black
some people.
people
Yeah,
because it
they
It
was
was
cheer.
it was
mostly,
mostly
But
white
is it
at
people
that
what
time,
black
it was
A
people
mostly
lot of
white
want
white
to
folks.
liberals.
hear?
A lot of white
yeah, it was
liberals cheering.
mostly
A lot
white
of white
people cheering.
liberals. Like when he
Good.
got
Okay,
shot,
if they want to cheer that their own people is dead, that's their business. But what the do we care for? What do
Now
we
but
care?
I'm talking about the black people that are making it a black people issue, that they're
yeah,
saying that black people is celebrating him, and it's like black people is the minority that even know him to even celebrating
yeah,
it. Is the
That's a
white people
fact.
that cheering for that shit.
yeah.
Well,
That's a
I'm
fact.
gonna tell you like this though. I did a video on Charlie Kirk. I did a video on Charlie Kirk about Amanda Seales. You remember Amanda Seales was all
Yeah.
celebrating and shit, right?
Yep.
And that's a big thing right there. Amanda Seales really like set that shit up where she was celebrating it. And a lot of black people was in the comments like, I'm tripping, like, you know, because I was backing him. I look at Charlie Kirk like the same way. You remember how like when Kevin Samuels first came out and everybody was against him? I remember when I first heard Kevin Samuels for the first time, I was snapping on him. I'm like, man, who the fuck this nigga think he was? And then I started listening to him. I gave him an ear, and everybody do the same thing. They take these little clips and they be shitting on Kevin. But now the culture after he died, they starting to embrace him a lot more. It's the same shit
See,
with Charlie Kirk, was nobody really take the time to really look at what the nigga work was. You know what I'm saying? That dude was
no,
working.
bro. No, bro. Look, I feel like a lot of you guys with the Kevin Samuels, Charlie Kirk, all these types of personalities, right? Y'all have this like ADHD problem where if you see it more than 5 times, now you think that he's important. This nigga's not important. He wasn't spitting nothing that isn't anything different from anybody else that we've already heard. It's just, again, redneck trailer park BS that they've been wanting to say just on a bigger platform. This is like I don't see why we're trying to make. First of all, how the hell is Charlie Kirk even a freaking There's
They were saying that the man was going to be possibly running for president in probably about 8 years.
And the thing about it is just because Charlie Kirk is small in your world and in your algorithm, it's
Don't
a
mean
bigger ocean out there,
Yeah.
dog. Like the YouTube is an ocean. You sitting in a pond, you know what I'm saying, and not understanding. But
I don't care about, honestly, bro, I don't
evidently,
care how big the ocean, if it's the world,
evidently
I don't
he's
care.
doing
It's
something, bro,
retarded.
because it's
But
making
wait
enough
a
noise.
minute though, August. You're saying that more people in your real life, more people know who he is than people who don't.
Yeah, bro. I was like, man, I said
You gotta be
it
in a
out loud.
niche crowd, but because nobody that I know this dude, bro.
Nigga, the nigga had 1.8 million followers before he died. Now he got 11 million followers.
I
And that
knew
still
his
ain't doing
face.
shit.
I knew his face, but I didn't know his name.
I didn't
I
know his
knew him.
name.
I
I seen
saw
him on a
him.
couple of videos, but I didn't know his
It's
name.
I
world out
saw
here,
him in
y'all.
a
That's what I'm
couple of
trying to.
videos. I
It's a
saw him
big
in a
world.
couple of videos. He wasn't at it. And he said something about Kevin Samuels. Again, a minority of a minority of a minority of people even know who Kevin Samuels is. He was somebody to certain people, but to the majority of people, they don't even know who the hell he is.
No, I
And
got to disagree with that with Nitus.
Evan Samuels is definitely a household
Agreed.
name now, bro.
Yeah, Kevin Samuel was a
after his
household.
death, after his
I
death.
don't,
No,
But
no, no,
wait
no,
a
no,
minute, but
no,
Nightish, you
no.
gotta remember, just before he died, he was getting mainstream. He was doing shit with Future, Nicki Minaj, and
I agree with that. I agree with that. But just right then, right before he
right
passed
then.
away.
Right,
But
but
before
what's
that,
up? What do
But he
y'all
nobody
only
knew.
consider
had,
a home
But
name,
somebody,
bro?
but
one
Nitus, he
second,
only
one
had
second.
three. He only had 3 years in, bro.
No. Listen, I'm. It's all. That's
Go
cool.
ahead. Go ahead.
If you
Go
would
ahead.
have lived
Somebody
longer,
brought
it'd be
up.
better.
But somebody brought up Amanda Seals' crazy ass. What was they saying about Amanda? You, August? That was you?
Yeah, I was saying Amanda Seals was going off about her not having no empathy on Charlie Kirk and his family, and I was saying how my comments for a bunch of black people was coming at me crazy. They was like, man, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, and blah 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 blah, like really like coming at me like crazy when I did a video about it, like niggas.
Okay.
Yeah, they was telling me to don't talk about it and sit this one out, and I could show you TikToks of black people who knew who Charlie Kirk was, bro.
No, talk about it.
A lot of niggas knew it.
Talk about it and blow up from it. But Amanda Seals is out of her damn mind. She's a lunatic.
I agree.
Oh, I agree with that.
100%, I agree.
But his point was that she got fired now. Motherfuckers is like her shit going viral like a mug. She just was on Jubilee. And that shit went viral. Everybody did shows on that shit too.
Cooked. Wait.
She got cooked on Jubilee.
She got cooked on
Jubilee. She got her ass handed to her. Absolutely. But also, Nighters, this is what I was gonna say. With like Kevin Samuels. It's weird when you get to be like a YouTube sensation and your shit is going viral all across the internet, right? Because this is when you start knowing that you catching fire. When you start having a bunch of Hollywood people saying your name, and that was what was going on with Kevin Samuels.
Vivica A. Fox. They
was going in because his shit went so viral. The celebrity you get on social media it's a whole different ball game than it is on network TV and shit like that. So when you start I used to watch ATL. With Donald Glover.
Yeah.
He used to have. So when I was watching, he was on an episode of that shit. And he was supposed to have been a guest speaker and shit like that. Yeah. That's when I was like, these motherfuckers fucking with him now.
And I ain't gonna hold you. That shit is harder to maintain than the network TV type clothes, because that shit is less polished and that shit could be gone tomorrow.
The fire goes out quick.
Look. At the end of the day, bro,
it's the same thing with Charlie Kirk. How niggas was shitting
nigga that's
on
been on Instagram Live all his career to somebody who went on, like you said, Donald Glover, and went on to make shows and movies and stuff like that. Like, that's just two different, because one is on an international scale, while this is just like in fucking, like, you probably popular in your city. You know what I mean? When you're just Instagram. Not saying Kevin Samuels is like that, but Kevin Samuels is at best a national name.
There's no local on YouTube.
You're wrong.
There's no local.
There's no, yes, JT. There's no, JT can come on and have 30 viewers, but it'll be a dude from Africa watching him. It'll be a dude from Taiwan watching him.
The UK, yeah.
You don't know where they're from. Yep. And all you got to do is just keep making content, be consistent, and the next thing you know, you on 85 South, you on Fox News, you on TMZ. I would say to anybody that's on YouTube that's been on here for a minute, just keep making content, be consistent.
I was saying though the same thing, and this is the thing. They used to shit on Kevin Samuels. Like it would be taboo. A girl automatically cut you off if she say she hear you listen to Kevin Samuels. I'm talking about ultimate taboo until recently that motherfuckers really started embracing him. It's the same thing with Charlie Kirk, dog. Because motherfuckers don't know. And Kevin Samuels was talking to the dudes before he started talking to the women. That's the shit that went viral.
They didn't pay no attention when he was talking to the men. He used to tell them, nigga, you need to go work out. You need to get your money up. You need to cut your hair. You wearing the wrong cologne. You ain't got to. You got to get yours. They didn't listen to him then, but when he started talking to women, he didn't make them women call in,
bruh. Like moths to a flame, dog. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Charlie Kirk. People don't do no research and they live in their little echo chambers and they think that they know more about this guy because of the little small 7-second clips they saw that highlighted something that he was saying to frame it a certain way, without it being in full context, and think they know who this dude is. And
but why do y'all feel like that? I feel like that.
Look at the nigga shit first.
They did Kevin Samuels the same way when he went viral.
The same way.
We
the
don't need,
same
but look,
way.
man, why do y'all feel like we need an idolized nigga or a nigga that's out there that's
You
telling
framing it
people
that
that
way,
they
bro.
That's what I'm
why do
trying
we
to
need
say.
a
We just
wait a minute,
we
wait a
having a
minute.
conversation.
Why do we need a nigga to tell you that you fat? Like, why do we need to watch a nigga to tell other niggas that they fat? That's clearly fucking
Wait a
obvious.
minute,
Like, why do we need
Keon,
that?
wait a minute. You're being disingenuous because a
Yeah.
Am
lot
I?
of times, wait a minute, a lot of times we need somebody outside of ourselves to give us a different perspective of ourselves that we might not be seeing. Everybody see themselves with biased lenses, bro, for the most
Absolutely.
part. So if you big to where is unhealthy for you, you might need another person to motivate you to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're motivated by yourself, everybody who big ain't need a coach to let them do that shit. Everybody who lazy ain't need a mentor. Some people they self motivate, bro. But some people need that outside shit.
Yeah, let's
Word.
keep it
A lot
1,000.
of people,
Let's
most people.
let's
But
keep
A
it
y'all
lot of
niggas
people
ain't
think about
watching
when you
Kevin, bro.
think
Y'all
about
niggas,
when
first
you're
of
doing
all, ain't
think
none
about
of
when
you
you're
niggas
doing
on here been
push-ups
on Kevin
alone.
Samuels shit, so you can get
Bro,
rated
look
by
at this.
Kevin Samuels. So y'all not watching Kevin Samuels so y'all can better yourselves. Y'all watching it so
We not
bitches can
saying
get
that.
told that they ain't pretty.
That's
You
not what we
watching it so
saying.
fat niggas can get told that they fat and they need to go get work. Like,
Keon,
come
let's
on,
keep it
bro.
1,000. Let's keep it 1,000. I'm old. I'm fat. I'm bald. I got messed up teeth, but I think I'm him when it comes to these hoes out here. Well, that's it. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Talk your shit, Knight.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Everybody gonna have that confidence, period. And you not gonna tell me shit. So why am I watching a nigga who think he can tell somebody shit? Like, I don't think
Bro, you gotta
that's me, bro.
remember some people need that shit. It's not for everybody. Some people
You
need
right.
to watch shows about financial advisors. Some people don't need that shit. They uncle such and such, he already is a business owner. He could put them on.
Facts.
The internet make it so you could get more access, bro. And that's what the people doing, tapping into their niche audience and shit.
Exactly. And that's what the
Right.
point. Go ahead. You got a super chat.
And show so the time Philaloo. He said Charlie K was a race beta that used slanted stats to put black people in a bad light. He never talk about white on white crime. Appreciate you for the motherfucking support. Appreciate you for the insight.
Money counting thing. Money counting thing.
Y'all got it.
Yeah. And what I want to say is listen, you do have to love yourself first. But at the same time, I didn't know that Creed was that kind of a cologne. I didn't know that Tom Ford Grave Vetiver was that kind of cologne. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. I didn't know you shouldn't wear a boot cut with a slipper and whatever else. That, you know, he was a fashion consultant and different things. You just saying that because, and look, when Nicki Minaj got to have a conversation with you, when Future put you on a song, when you going on to, listen, I'm shouting out to Austin. I'm shouting to JT. I'm shouting out to Witch Doctor. Keep being consistent, making content, because I want to see you on the next song with Lil Baby. I want to see what Witch Doctor look like if he pop up on one of these Netflix shows. I want to see how that tether energy works out.
Goddamn. But you know
earlier,
what?
bro, don't discount the real world impact.
I'm
The
gonna
real world
support Witch
impact
Doctor
of
through
these
the whole
online
way through.
conversations
But
is
if he
actually
start
strong.
talking about that Haitians is eating cats and doing all that other, man, I can't, bro. Like, we just gotta call a spade a spade. Once people start doing that race baiting or
But
making
they like
people
to eat cats,
mad.
bro.
I never said that Witch Doctor ate a cat. Don't say that
I'm
about
not
me.
Haitian either.
I've shown the
Nigga,
evidence
I ain't
of
say-
Haitian cat eating in Haiti and in Springfield, Ohio. Not to mention, like, geese from the park were missing. It was just a lot going on, bro.
See,
But
your
if you
ass,
call this shit
man, you
out,
gotta,
though,
bro. You
Wait
come
a
on,
minute,
bro.
bro. This is some bullshit. It was one lady that ate a cat on the
Thank
news,
you.
and
I
she
wasn't
wasn't
talking about her.
Haitian. And she wasn't Haitian, and that's the only shit that really
look,
made the news,
I
bro.
was
He was a
not talking
crackhead.
about her.
She was a
I
crackhead. She was tweaking. It
It
even
was
showed the
not
body
her,
cam
bro.
footage.
It was not her. So when you
I
pull up the town hall meetings from Springfield, Ohio, different people in the town start talking about these things. The cat thing was one thing, but like, yeah, they were saying how like they pets was
Yeah,
kind of
after
missing.
they
The
saw
stray
the
cats
Fox
was
News
like no
report,
more.
yeah, I bet they did start going downtown and
And I
talking.
No,
thought Hood
the
said he
town
was
hall
leaving
meetings
before
were
starting the
already
show.
happening. That's why
Man,
people
come
knew
on,
about it
bro. You
because of the
really
Don't
town hall
believe
listen.
that?
meetings.
Don't listen to this nigga. Don't listen
Please
to
don't
this
listen.
nigga.
Come on, bro. You really come on, man. We got.
I saw an interview with a dude from Haiti saying, "Yeah, we be eating cats sometimes."
Don't listen to this nigga. Don't listen to this nigga. This nigga ain't got no sense.
Goofy.
I played an interview.
I saw an interview.
I played an interview.
Send me that interview. Send me that interview. Send me that interview.
You had to tie her kitten up because if she left it to go roam, it would disappear.
See, this is fucked up, bro. This is some
That's what I'm saying,
bullshit.
bro. We are in America. You think that when McDonald's down the street they are eating cats, bro?
You're gonna skip McDonald's and eat cats.
If you go to Asia, them niggas eat anything that they can catch. So
See, this that racist shit. This is that
You're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong. They can't call it Kentucky Fried Chicken no more because we can't call that chicken. They call it KFC. You don't know what you're eating from Burger King. You don't know what you're eating from McDonald's. All I know is they're using used grease that they filtered out. Gutter grease. They call it gutter oil. What are you saying right now? American food.
Man, niggas got a pot of
American
old oil.
food. One second.
Hey, every black home I've been to, they got a pot of old oil, man.
I don't want to have a yelling contest.
Bro, stop it.
Y'all go one at a time. Go one at a time.
American food is not accepted in a bunch of countries because they can't even call it food.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of food over here. A lot of food over here is banned overseas.
That chemical processed Trader Joe's food. They wanted some fresh meat.
Pause, nigga.
Yeah, the foodie. The foodies like to tell us, you know, I mean, that McDonald's is actually human feet meat. That's what they like to tell us. But I don't.
See, this is
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying,
I
bro.
believe
We can't go by everything we hearing because we be out here paranoid, bro.
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, let's be real. There's regulations. Come on, man. Like, I don't know. I don't like to believe that stuff.
You see,
That's
the thing
conspiracy.
about the internet now we could get a lot of information. You just know you're gonna have a lot of bullshit too. You gotta filter shit out, bro. What up, Auntie?
I don't think we have the ability to filter properly because we want to believe all of the bullshit.
Yeah,
See-
confirmation bias. You're gonna find what you're looking for on the internet.
I just think because
bias.
like even that deep state,
Confirmation bias, yes.
even that deep state conversation, right? That they be having, like we got it, like that. To me, bro, like I get it that there's people that lie to us. The government, quote unquote, lies to us, or does at least doesn't tell us the full truth. But you telling me all these hungry reporters that just can't wait for a breaking story wouldn't tell us that McDonald's is selling us human feet meat? Like that's. I'm just saying, bro. Like if
They already did.
oh my, Rush Limbaugh. Like what are we
Rush
talking?
Limbaugh, Alex Jones, all them people that. Did you say Alex Jones?
Alex, yeah, all of them. Like we really gonna believe them? The nigga that got sued for lying about Sandy Hook, we're gonna believe him? Like let's be honest.
I don't listen to like that type of media. I get my news from mostly like YouTube journalists because they have it the way the internet is working and how things are, especially with social media. You don't have to get all of your stuff from one source. I don't even watch TV no more, dog. I don't know the last time I really watched like Fox News or MSNBC because they just be saying a bunch of bullshit because they really like on their political stance. So I'm you got to get past that. They got a lot of truth out here that people understand and do the actual journalistic work to give you like a balanced view of things.
But you got to remember though, it's the same thing with YouTube because YouTube is a place where most people are on here to get currency. They're here to get paid. So they're spinning narratives in certain ways or having, certain like titles and things of that nature to get you to press on it.
You think about clickbait?
Clickbaits, basically. Clickbaits, things of that nature, so you can press on it so they can get paid.
Let me explain to you how it works. It doesn't really work like that. YouTube is a place for you to be able to give your honest opinion about things. And so if you have a narrative or opinion, like if you disagree with most people, you're going to be more viral. Like people like controversy because it's entertaining. And so you're saying it like that as if they're just saying these things to get clickbait, but that's not what it is. You have a
lot of them.
no, like maybe in your algorithm, but because you know the YouTube is a big vast ocean.
I
But
think clickbait is the wrong word he's using. He mean like sensationalize, like how I got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the title is
So it's
it's
Yeah,
gonna
gotta
be
exactly. Like
it's
how we
gonna
was just
still
talking
be
about the
about the
title.
topic because clickbait is
yeah.
like if I say some shit and you click and it's not this, it's like if I it's
Mhm.
kind of like lying, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
False
Yeah.
advertising.
So just sensationalizing. So yes, there is a money aspect that comes with YouTube if you put out good content, but the people don't get caught up in just making the money. You make money while you're doing what it is that's comfortable for you. Like it's uncomfortable for a person to get on here and lie every day. You know what I mean?
But they
But
do
it's
it.
easy. No, they don't. They get on here and they tell the truth like it is, but you perceive it as a lie.
Right,
You
but
just
here's
you
the
think they're just
thing.
doing it for the money.
No,
Here's the
just
thing when it
it as
comes to
truth.
media
They
in
think they're
general.
telling truth.
When it comes to media in
I think-
They
general,
give their opinion.
wait 1 second. When it comes to media in general, it's always been about sensationalism.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, to a certain degree.
That's the entertainment business. That's
Yeah, I'm
that.
about to run to the bathroom and grab some more bottles of water. Y'all, please don't say no crazy words on the panel. I'm
Yes,
begging.
no TSO stuff.
Yeah.
And y'all, please let Venus get a word in. She got a girl voice. She ain't got no bass in her shit.
And hood conservative, she already
Go
know
ahead,
that you
Venus.
love her, so don't say it.
Please, don't.
Yeah, and
Hey,
that's
can
go ahead,
y'all hear
Venus.
me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, hi everybody. So, choosing YouTubers over people who went to school for journalism, people
It's
who
crazy.
have to be held to some sort of a standard, people who have been taught to vet and research properly, and you're gonna choose to listen to people who any one of us just wait. I just click the button. Anybody could come up here and tell you anything, and
Thank you.
that's actually the problem. So, I mean, I personally wouldn't choose those people over the news. Maybe a combination of both if you want to, and your own research. To be honest, because everybody lying a little bit. That was the first thing, and the second thing, I just had a question for the people who are like harshly like defending this guy. I just want to know what is the benefit for you? Like, what's the motivation behind that?
Because he was a truth teller. So for me, I'm a truth
Truth
teller too.
feels
So
good.
if you tell the truth and you fearless enough to tell the truth, then I'm gonna respect you whether or not you black, white, Indian, whatever. I respect a truth teller. And so I'm not gonna stand by, idly by, and allow a truth teller name to be admonished without coming out and saying, nah, this nigga really was a truth teller if you take the time and look at what he's doing. That's what it is.
Shout out to
I was
Austin.
I
Shout
was
out to Hood
watching.
Conservative.
August.
Wait, why are you? Why, Nightish? People are
I
talking.
didn't hear you, but go ahead, Queen.
But why are you shouting out anybody? Like, what?
Because I want to shout out to these niggas that's holding Mr. Candy while he dying.
Damn.
Yeah, I was listening to a show earlier, and somebody was literally going through his talking points and debunking them. So he actually did lie about a few things. So
That's a fact.
yeah, I don't. So if you support truth tellers, then he wouldn't be the person you support.
You might confuse lying as maybe being misinformed because somebody is misinformed. What he used to do is he'll go out on the campuses and say, I'm open-minded to my mind being changed. Let's have a discussion.
But have you seen him ever change his mind about anything?
Yes.
Yeah. He's had to make some concessions. Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
I never
somebody
had.
said earlier that he said that 50% of the people in jail are black. Did he say that?
No.
I don't know.
Somebody said he said that
No.
earlier.
They had an argument about. The thing was that they had an argument. And he had a couple of arguments about the percentage of black folks versus the percentage of not just white, but Hispanics and things like that. And he did misquote a stat when he did say that it was that he was saying that black males were committing 50% of the crimes, but it was out of the small percentage of all men and women that are in prison. So we talking about a little over 1 million people that's in prison in the United States, and they were breaking that down. But the thing was that people were giving the opportunity to debunk what he was saying, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it,
Wait, so
and
my
that was
question is,
what the
You gotta
problem
let the
was.
truth,
wait,
and you gotta let the truth reign supreme. You
wait,
got
hold on,
to.
hold on. Wait, hold on. So he was saying, so what did he misquote? Because you said he misquoted. So what did he misquote?
Well, the numbers were kind of skewed on how he was saying it because they wasn't broken all the way down. He just gave a synopsis of 50% of the crimes that were committed by a smaller group of people. But it's
Was
more
that was
nuance
that
to it,
was
and
that
nobody. Oh,
true?
go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Was that true? Is my
No,
question.
it's not. It's not.
So
No,
why are we
it's
having
not.
a hard
Hold
time
on,
calling a
hold.
lie?
Because
That's what I'm saying.
when it's more complex than that when you look at it, because they wasn't arguing volume versus all the other things that was there. So that was the problem that he wasn't, but the other people was having. They'd say that it wasn't true, and he'd say, "Okay, well, give me another stat then," and they
But
couldn't
Okay,
give him another
here's
stat.
the
so
thing,
hold on.
though.
I wait. I don't care about the other people, so we could leave them out of the conversation. I'm asking if what he said was true, and you said no.
What he said was kind of wrong, but
Kind of wrong means it was not true.
so that's the thing, right? So here's
So
the
why
thing
are
with
we
here's
again?
here's the
You
thing with
support
people,
truth
right?
tellers,
If
but
you
you're
got
supporting a liar. This is
if you
I don't
don't
understand it.
if you don't say everything perfectly and you don't quote the stat as perfect as can be, but give the essence of what it is that you're trying to convey, you call him a liar and not a truth teller. It's like the dude was still a truth teller. The thing about it is that maybe he may have gotten some of his stats wrong, and if you would have corrected him on the stats, the essence of what he was trying to say was still intact. So
No,
that's
So
the
if
obvious.
I
difference.
say,
I'm
so
not
if
gonna sit
I
there and say you're a liar
so
because you got something wrong. I'm gonna try and understand what it is that you're trying to convey,
so
and
if
I'm gonna
I
try and help you
say
find your way through it. But go ahead.
so if I say you kind of take care of your kids, that would be okay.
Yeah,
If
it
I,
would,
what do you
Kind
mean
of.
that?
because some
Like, what do
people
you mean?
kind of take care of their kids.
No, right, but I'm asking him
What
if I said to you if you kind of take care of your
Oh, you
kids, would
saying
that be
personally?
okay?
you don't? But you don't know me.
Would
She
it be
didn't make it
okay? It
personal.
doesn't matter. Would it be okay?
Why? This is the bad example. You don't know me.
Okay, so you're right. Let's take the example off the table.
This is
My overall point was you both just admitted that he put out false information about your demographic,
I didn't
and
admit that.
you're sitting your ass up here defending him.
No, we're not. For one, we're not sitting up our ass up here defending him. The thing is this: in the spirit on how he was going around and doing what he was doing was based off of debate. It was purely based off of that. It was based off of stats. It was based off of First Amendment. It was based off of all these different things.
Facts and logic.
It wasn't like he was going to these colleges and he was just talking and everybody was listening to him. That wasn't it. It was the same thing when he went on Jubilee
I didn't.
and
I
it,
didn't. I didn't
look,
really say any of that.
okay, so
You guys said that you like that he tells the truth, but then you admit that he didn't tell the truth.
We said he got some things wrong. There's a
So it
difference.
wasn't. So wait, he
yeah, it
just
wasn't like
wait,
he
wait,
was.
wait.
He was trying.
He
It wasn't like he was
hold
sitting here trying to
on.
lie about a stat. He just got it wrong. That's
You
the
said
difference.
wait. He just said that this man's his whole thing was debating stats. So people who make a
Yeah,
profession out of something are obligated to
To
report
always be
accurate.
perfect. Yeah,
Excuse me.
I got you.
People who make a profession out of something. This is what I was talking to you about. The difference between a journalist and a person just running their mouth, right? So people who make a profession out of something are obligated to tell the truth. So if you're gonna tell me I support truth tellers, and then you're the same demographic that he was spreading misinformation about, I don't understand it.
I'm not understanding what you're saying because
It
we
don't make.
already explained it to
Can I?
you
Yeah,
what it
she not
was.
interested in
Can
hearing
I?
it.
Can
That's
I?
all. It's
Can I?
all
Let me
Yeah.
good.
wait. Let me
Yeah,
say
we
something
get
right
it.
quick. Let me say something right
Let
quick.
If
Nighters
you
get
gonna
it in
say
and
he's kind of right, the
let's
spirit
welcome
of wait, this is the
Eliminator.
explanation. He's kind of right. The spirit of the energy of the other people. No, you did not explain anything, but he
All
lied.
right, Venus. Let's let on Chicago to the stage, and I think Nightish has something to add. Go ahead.
Shout out to my nigga Chicago.
No, I just put it in the back chat too, Doc. I just pulled up to make sure I have a seat at the table with all the adults, man. Y'all having a good conversation. I'm getting off work, so I want to be able to chime in when it comes back around.
Okay.
Y'all
Now
can get to it though.
we eating the fat on the brisket, Chicago, but let's go ahead and do it.
Shout out to that.
It's 46 million African Americans and 216 million white folks. What they talk about is they try to talk about per capita, but when it comes to men in jail, I like to do this. 46 million of us. Let's take 26 million away. That's the women. And let's just talk about the men. That's 23 million. It's 700,000 black men incarcerated for crime.
Yes.
Not dangerous crime. So what's the percentage of 700,000 versus 23 million? That's like about 6 or 7%. What they like to do is look at that minority of a minority and paint us all with the same brush and say black men are criminals. That's not even 25% of us.
Well, not necessarily. What they're saying is that if you look at the jail population as a whole, how many of us account for black people in prison?
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm asking you because we have to look at the stat to see how many.
I said the number 700,000 out of 23 million. I eliminated the women, but let's also
no. I'm talking about no.
Let me finish. Let me just finish. Let me just finish, and then you can go. They over police our communities versus their communities. So we had an argument at one point about powder cocaine versus rock cocaine. If they find a guy from Breaking Bad with powder, they're gonna give him 5 years. If they find me with a rock, they want to give me 3 strikes. You got it. It's on you.
So my question to you is how many black men, we could just use the men, are in prison? And then what is the entire? Well, you didn't. But based off the entire prison population, not based off of the black community.
Right. But when we talk about the prison population, they're not talking about prison versus county and all the other stuff. They're saying 700,000 is in jail. So when you talk about ones that's really a problem, that's deleting people or drug dealers, the number is even smaller than that.
That's not what I'm asking you. That's not what I'm asking you.
But but brother, that should be what you asking me because the other people are non-victim. There's not a victim. It's a victimless crime.
You can't tell me what
I think you're losing sight of a reality.
I'm trying to get to an understanding. So my question to you is based off of the percentage of black people, right? How many of them, as far as prison is concerned, jail, whatever you want to call it, how many of them are black percentage-wise?
In jail, incarcerated,
yeah.
Higher numbers than other people. Numbers.
Like if we had to take the incarceration rate and put it in a pie chart of 100, how many? What is the percentage out of that 100 that are black?
Higher numbers than other people.
Let's throw a number out though. Let's get it. Let's just.
But that's the thing.
It's over 50%. According to what he was just saying, it's over 50%.
It's over 50%. I don't think it's over 50%, but I think it is. And that's what that was Charlie Kirk's talking point, that it's over 50%. But when you look at that over 50%, a minority of that are real threats. There are deleting people that are rapists, that are pedos. It's an even smaller number.
Yeah, you're right.
The majority of them people that's locked up are victimless crimes. They not really a threat. Somebody third strike was still in a big wheel. Somebody third strike was still in a Snickers bar out of a store.
So hold on, Nidus. What you're saying?
He said 38%.
We don't know. Now hold on. Yeah, somebody probably could have said that, but this is the thing. But if you're saying because it's in the whole United States, it's a little over 1 million. It's a little over 1 million. So then, if there's 700,000, then it is over 50% that's incarcerated. Now, to your point. Absolutely. A lot of those crimes were victimless crimes, and they were not like murders and assault and things like that. Absolutely. That's what the point of debating Kirk or whoever that brings those stats out. That's why we were saying what we're saying. It's good that we break those things down that way. So I can understand.
Well, let's break them down further because the real 1350 is not about crime. It's about murders in particular. When the 1350 stat started going viral, it was literally about 13% of the population committing 15% of murders, homicide in particular. We're not stretching it out to all crimes that you could possibly think of. One type of crime that is like the worst possible, apparently. And so that was the 1350. And I think when you narrow it down to 1350 on murder, it's a lot more easy to make the argument.
And
I
that
think
would
the
be
young
a
lady.
lie.
I think the young lady had a question before
Yeah,
she
go
did.
ahead, Venus. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that made sense too.
Yeah, because I don't know exactly what the argument about crime or deleting people. Because I just went to ChatGPT. It said black people
37%
make up 38% of prison population,
of
which
prison
means
population.
your boy still lied.
Hold on a second. But black people, what is the population of black people in America?
But that
13%.
don't sound genuine,
Listen,
especially if black
listen.
people are
Yeah,
being
that's
over
not
Hold
what
on,
he
police.
said
hold on a
though.
second. I'm
I
trying
just
to
want to deal with
explain
what
it.
he said. I don't want
You
to do
are dealing
anything else.
what this
Over
is what he
police.
said.
All right, that's
This
crazy.
is
Let,
this
let,
is
let me let me just
what
take
he
a
said.
second because I'm out of here. You
Wait,
guys have
wait,
a
can
great
y'all let
night.
him talk? Can y'all let
You
him
got a
talk?
great
I'm
night. You
asking.
can have the
Can you let him
floor. I am out
talk?
of here.
Black
Thank you
people,
for
Sir,
having me,
let him
DJ Witch
talk.
Doctor.
black people make up
Salute, Hood.
13% of the population, but it's